I think we're being a little unfair to a hot dog who clearly has alopecia.
This guy's gonna kill me. I'm not shopping there.
So Mucinex is actually the gentrification of noses.
I gotta tell you, my 2-year-old is not super interested in that, and mostly he's interested in Dinosaur Show and requests a Dinosaur Show, which is actually a fantastic. It's a David Attenborough show called Museum Alive.
Oh, okay.
It's so fun. It's
Really?
like he's walking around the Natural History Museum in London, and they get like amazing CGI animation of like the Diplodocus. And it comes to life, and he's sort of like navigating like, whoa, here, let me feed the Diplodocus. It's really cute, and he's watched it, I think, 30 times.
I started watching this because I liked Planet Earth, and I hate CG dinosaurs. It turns out I want it's too silly. It's
just
too
want
goofy.
bones?
This is the
show me the bones. The bones are real. I mean, the bones are mostly rocks, but still, like, show me the rock bones. But like, because they'll do a thing like he's chasing his babies. The dad always played with the babies, like, because of this femur. You don't know that. Like, there's so much nonsense in it. Show me the thing you know. Tell me why you know it. Where you're like, it probably ate meat because of this. Interesting. But if you're like, it was kind of a crappy dad because of this knee bone, like, that's not real. Come on,
You can tell the T-Rex wasn't a good father. His arms were too short to pick up his children.
Okay, that's a good point. That one is true. That is fair. Although they actually walked further back than we thought, but like, that's, you can know that. They walked like a chicken. They didn't walk over like they do in Jurassic Park. But like,
well, you
that's
can tell
interesting.
by the way the skull is connected to the neck if they were upright or horizontal. I know this from watching Museum Alive.
So that part is good. That part is good.
I watched
but
the
he goes,
moa
he takes,
come to life.
That part's too silly.
I went from bones to full bird,
Ah.
and my son loves it.
I'm sure he
How
does.
dare you deny him that joy?
No. I mean, he should enjoy it all the time. You can watch The Land Before Time, even though those two dinosaurs lived millions of years apart and would never have known each other. That's fine. He's 2. But for us, we shouldn't watch stuff where they're like, we're making up the colors. Come on. The whole point is to learn the stuff about the bones.
When he watched Land Before Time, I do whisper in his ear, like, you shouldn't be enjoying this.
It just doesn't make what is it, the Tyrannosaurus and the Brontosaurus are like the Tyrannosaurus is closer to us than it is to the Brontosaurus. Like, they were extinct millions of years apart. I don't remember
Can you
which one.
confirm that? I mean, I think
I have no clue what the two of you were talking about. I wasn't
Not
allowed
all
to play
dinosaurs
it.
hung out.
Yeah.
That's my only point.
I was busy getting drunk at 3, so...
Tough.
I guess in the 65
show.
million
That's how you end up an
years,
Arsenal fan.
there was a lot of
Yeah.
space.
Yeah, a lot for them to come and go.
You're here with the Moodboard.
We are. We're talking, and I'm glad we're talking about weird animal replicas.
Oh, yeah, it is kind of a fun way into it.
Yeah.
So I guess we can just jump into the boards. We don't
Yeah.
have to
You gotta
go
tell me
crazy.
some news.
Yeah.
So
You sent us a board,
Yes.
and then based off
Because I
your...
was told to, but apparently you didn't know that.
No, well, I know you need a board to do the show. The whole point of the show is boards, baby.
Yeah.
And then Jesse found this news article today.
This came to me,
Excellent.
I think, 15 minutes before you showed up here.
Amazing.
I think this is worth talking about. And then please tell me what our board is, because I want to. This is Meet Burnt Das Brot, a depressed German loaf of bread that spent 25 years as a TV cult classic.
Incredible. Already big fan.
Okay, so this is apparently a German puppet who is part of like a children's TV show that in classic kind of like Adult Swim legacy. It was a children's show and it was on a children's network, and then between the hours of like 6 to 9 and like later, or 9 p.m. to 6 a.m. there was nothing going on, so they just put on burned clips. I just want to read from this. The move brought an adult audience into Burns' world, often those sitting at home and smoking pot or returning after a long night of partying. The night loop cemented his popularity as a German cult classic. I had to highlight this because I love this.
I've actually seen some of these.
You've
Have
seen
you
this thing?
really? Yeah. As you said that, I was like, wait a second. I've seen this. I've seen clips of this when I've been abroad and been like, what the hell is this?
Yeah, what's this loaf of bread? Why is
he
so
won
sad?
the Adolf Grimm Prize.
You should, no German
Back-to-back
should.
words.
Yeah, no one should have the name Adolf.
Well, I want to say it does get worse.
Also, burnt bread Adolf Grimm. No,
Well, it
there's-
gets
it
related.
gets so much worse.
I think you're jumping ahead to paragraph 2.
In 2009, he was kidnapped. A claim of responsibility surfaced on YouTube by sympathizers of a group of demonstrators who were protesting a company that had produced cremation ovens for the Nazi extermination camp in Auschwitz. He was held hostage for 2 weeks before being discovered unharmed in an abandoned barracks.
Wait, the puppet. This is a puppet.
This is
How
a
big is he?
2-meter statue.
Oh,
of
right.
Burned.
Okay. I like that his name is Burned in English, but also that's it. Like it's his German name, but it checks out. Burn.
There's so much more to this AP article about how like one of the reasons he's depressed is he's fallen in love with a very thin baguette.
So body shaming.
It's very body.
Hey, fatty, you can't get a thinny.
Look at him. But okay, so let's just admire him for a second. So first of all, the bread unibrow is excellent.
Perfect.
That is a very deep brow. But also he has hands, no arms, and the hands look like they're also bread. So he's stuck in his bread loaf, except for he gets to have hands. And that decision when you're making a character is one of the things that I love so much is where you're like, okay, so we know we want him to interact. But we don't want to just give him human arms. That would be gross. So we have to have bread arms. But if they're too long, they don't look like bread anymore. So we have to keep them stubby. So he has little T-Rex hands. Like that, every part of the anatomy that you have to make up of a talking sad loaf of bread is perfect. He's
also,
great.
I love Four Fingers, just to let you know, not human.
Cartoon. Yeah.
That would creep me out. Does he have a philtrum? Yes. Does he have full pouty lips?
Yes.
Does he have like sad baggy eyes like he's been up all night?
Yeah.
Yes.
He's been drinking.
He has
Also,
those human qualities.
Yeah.
No nose, but also perfectly scored loaf of bread. If you've ever made a loaf of bread.
Oh, that is a score. You're right. You called it the thing on your lip, but
Well,
it starts above his eyes. So
does-
it's a perfect scoring.
Yeah.
Dobros,
Beautiful.
this one's for you.
Dobros, no.
He does. You're right. There's a score that goes top to bottom and does form into the philtrum
With
of
his little razor blade that the
Yeah.
baker used. That's amazing.
Also, maybe he's just sad because he started his life getting $1.50 down the middle of his face.
Well, in Germany, that's a circumcision.
This is an intense loaf of bread. I like this a lot. But so this is what my board is, that you found this news story related to my board, which is I love unhinged characters. Ideally, I like spokes characters for brands, but I also like spokes like sports mascots and puppets. But I love this design language of taking an inanimate object and making it somewhat alive, but not too much. That process is amazing. So I brought you a bunch of my favorites.
Let's head over.
This started in. So here's your Fig Jam tip, which is that you can get a plugin where you set each of these regions as hotkeys, and then it'll zoom over and it'll be beautiful for your show.
Look at this. I'm not a product designer. I'm a motion graphics designer, so I just use it for this and to sub in for Adobe InDesign. Which
of course.
I just do Dex and this.
Well, but this is perfect for your use because it would look very cinematic on your podcast.
I love that.
So this is like the middle and left section of this are LA focused, and then it gets a little wider. So let's start with this coffee guy. So this is how this started for me, which is this was a little drive-through coffee shop near Koreatown that is sadly closed, tragically closed. Really cute little place. But their mascot is this cup of coffee serving coffee, and that is insane, right? Like that's his blood that his head is full of, and he's giving you a small cup of his blood, and he is so stoked about it. And I think he's wearing fishnets and nothing else.
Yeah,
like, that could be shading, but it could be fishnets.
Yeah, I was gonna go with what are these weird pants?
Yes. I think it's fishnets and a bow tie, which is
And he's wearing a bow tie at his crotch.
At his crotch level.
Which feels
so
like
slutty.
70s. You're at this swinger party.
Yes.
Come check out this.
So this is a slutty coffee cup serving you his own blood.
Telling you, come unwrap this package.
But he's alive. The sub coffee is not alive.
No.
Well,
Like,
if
the
we
implications are crazy.
zoom in, I wonder in this
Is there
artist
any
rendering,
smaller?
there might be a small face that just wasn't rendered.
It's very possible that it didn't get big
But it
enough
is
for that.
giving Chippendales.
But
It
it
is,
is,
exactly. This is a Chippendale's coffee cup, but he's a waiter. He's got a little his towel, like he's
And
going to bring to you,
Is this his baby coffee?
right?
Yeah.
Could be.
Is he selling baby?
Yes.
Is he considered a race trader among other coffees? Like, how could you do this? Be serving our people?
Right. Yes, I think he definitely is. But this is going to be the main. I was going to save this, but the philosophical question that we're going to come to eventually with that cow you see on the right is
Keep
why does
digging
food
in.
want you to eat it? But we'll stay on the coffee for a minute.
Stay on the coffee.
We'll come back to food.
I have more things I'd
Yeah.
like to talk. Also, I know this is slightly off topic, but great sign.
Isn't it lovely?
Also, just on the wheels alone.
Oh, yeah,
Wheels,
yeah.
Oh,
board,
you're talking sign construction.
sign construction.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
love this thing. If I see this outside of a coffee shop,
You assume it's good.
I'm going to assume this
Yeah.
is they cared enough to make a creepy sign.
I think
That's
so,
also
yeah.
charming.
It is, and the other thing we were talking about arms with the bread. So his handle is an arm.
Yes.
Right? His arm is but then his
yeah.
other arm, not a handle. So he's got structural arm and non-structural arm. The other arm is not.
One of them is also slightly lower, which is a little strange.
It is weird.
You know
Yeah,
what I
they're
mean? Like
connected
if
at
they
different-
were on the same side, you could be like, well, it's clearly this could be a baby's cup. You got handles on both sides.
That's a good, yeah, it could have been a sippy, but no, it's
Or
it's,
is this a tea kettle gone rogue?
he is doing the I'm a little teapot.
Yeah.
But also they're at ear height. Like they're coming out of the sides of his upper head is where his arms are located.
Yes.
Like I challenge you, I don't think you could make a more charming slutty coffee mascot than this. Like it's perfect, and also if you think about it for a second, it's insane. And that's what I love in a character.
I love Steam his hair.
Yes,
Steam
isn't that
his hair-
cute?
Yeah, Steam his hair is very cute.
But also means like if he stands too long, his hair goes away. I mean, yeah.
It does feel like with these kind of spokes characters, if they are lacking in a cognitive dissonance of like how the fuck they live, how they get through life,
Yeah.
then I think most of the charm is gone. You know, like they kind of need to defy your,
Yes.
like to break your brain a little bit.
Right. If
It had a real human face, you'd be like, this is fucking creepy.
Yeah, you don't want a human face. That's
Yeah,
a good
it's
point.
just-
But
there's
also,
just
if
a
he had
guy
like a
giving you
coffee
coffee.
house where he lived, and there's you don't want it to
Which
be
is
too
just
real.
a coffee pot.
Does he live in the coffee pot, or the coffee pot gives him life?
Coffee pot gives him life. It's the Church of Coffee Pot.
I think you'd have to, because you were talking about the steam. It gets cool. No one's drinking him. He's too big. So does he get refilled? Does he get warmed up in the microwave? How does he keep that beautifully
I feel like
coiffed
putting
steam?
him in the microwave would hurt him.
I would assume he'd hate it.
I feel like we're starting a claymation Wallace and Gromit kind of cartoon.
Yes.
Can I ask, did you go in and sample the coffee?
I went there many times.
Yeah.
So yeah, and I loved it. And I made a video while I was sitting there drinking their coffee, and the person who owned it like did well enough on Instagram that the person who owned the shop saw it and was like, we have never talked about any of these things, and you're absolutely right, and it's insane, and like tagged the person who designed this coffee cup, and it was a fun digression, but that was my introduction to this world, where now I'm like, every time I see a character. So if we go to the left here, this is also not far from that. This is at a dentist's office over in Silver Lake. And this, so this is a tooth with the legs are tooth, arms are not tooth.
I gotta say, I love this so much.
Isn't this crazy? So all of the design, same thing we had before. Face is the whole middle of the body, but also the muscles on that arm, like he's kind of yoked on his arms.
He has a bicep.
He's got biceps, angular biceps.
Also, he seems to be a little drunk.
No, he's coming for sure. He's brushing his own head with a toothbrush, and he is hitting the right spot. Right? That's what that face says to me.
Oh God, I think you're right.
I think this guy is.
I think this guy's trying to get a date. He's drunk trying to pick a lady up.
Check me out. Yeah. Also,
Combing
the same
back
thing.
the hair.
Hair is the suds, right? Like it's another.
Oh, I don't see hair as such.
You don't
at
think that's
all.
hair?
No,
Okay.
I think we got him mid-process of
Cleaning his shiny head?
If it's either just a normal hygiene thing for him, or if it is self-pleasuring, I'm fine with that. But this is something that he's saying like, hey, listen, come inside.
Yeah.
Me.
Right. I want to.
I got this big gap and I need you to fill it, baby.
Drill me.
Come throw me some gums. Drill me.
He also is like my favorite detail is that's a cap, a toothpaste cap he's
Yeah.
standing on, and
Oh,
also
fuck! I didn't even
that
realize
good?
that. I
But-
thought it was part of the fence.
I think it's part of the fence that they turned into a cap for him to stand on, and then also his toothbrush is at a jaunty angle. That's not how toothbrushes usually work.
Also, his head's at a
Perfectly
jaunty
good.
angle.
That's true.
There's a weird angle
Yeah.
on his head that says half of my tooth cup broken off eating hard candy.
Yeah,
It's
he
like
never
I
has
ate
had
the kernels of the popcorn when I shouldn't.
What's he hiding under the suds? That's what I want to say.
Yeah,
This may be a toupee situation. For
I
him.
think it's hair, but you think it's just shiny teeth.
I
I
think
think 5 fingers, which is interesting. They never do 5 fingers, but then no foot, like no definition on the foot. What I love is how over-engineered the arms are, and the legs are just kind of toothy, and then nothing.
I want to say, just as far as like cartooning goes,
Yeah.
I've spent a huge amount of my life drawing cartoons. I was pitching
great.
cartoons to Cartoon Network.
Amazing.
I drew like
That's where they go.
pitch Bibles and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I've thought a lot about animation and characters.
Excellent.
And
Oh,
I
perfect.
think drawing 4-fingered characters is for cowards.
Well, I heard that was originally like saving money was like the story that
It's not money, it's effort.
Or
Because
effort, yeah.
like fingers, animating fingers is a lot of fucking work.
Yeah.
Because drawing a hand is extremely difficult.
I remember.
Getting to just do one less finger is like you can kind of get away with it. The same way that sometimes like they don't put noses on faces, just it kind of disrupts the how you read a face. But
Interesting.
I think anyone listen.
But your point is grow up.
Well, I think it's for the brave.
Yeah.
And I think the person who put this tooth together, or team, I don't know.
No, that's one person.
I mean,
there was not a team involved with this too.
But
This
I
is
think
somebody's
it's
cousin.
brave.
This is somebody's like. This is the dentist's like little cousin that they were like, oh, he can draw cartoons, and then they hired him to draw. That's what I think happens for these characters.
This is wife's best friend.
I buy that.
This is giving
It
wife's
seems
best friend.
But it's good. It's so good, and it's just hanging out there.
See, I would agree with you that this is so good if the eye on the left wasn't
so
screwed
weird.
up.
It's so
That
weird. The eyes are so
eyes being
weird.
so different makes this so intolerable to
Right.
me.
That's what makes it look like he's coming. I think it's really the eyes. But you've driven by this. I guarantee it, and you have not seen it.
I've never noticed.
I
it.
know, and he's just hanging out on a fence on Hyperion. Like you just drive by this fence all the time, probably, and he's not even like. But they built a like 2 foot tall fake tooth on their fence of their small dentist
It's like
practice.
that tall. It's like just like.
It's like yeah. I'd say yeah.
I can tell you this: that dentist practice has been around a long time.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
this is giving McDonald's Play Place.
It is. Oh, the golden years, the good
yeah,
days.
exactly.
Yeah.
This is giving metal slide in the back.
You think Mayor McCheese has got a fling with the weird coming dental tooth? So it started with the coffee cup, and then I saw this guy, and then I was like, now I'm obsessed with weird spokes characters. Which, if you talk about that in LA to anybody, someone's going to bring up Happy Foot Sad Foot,
which is the number one.
It's the best, one of the greatest ever. And it used to be above this foot clinic. It's been down for a long time. It's now in a t-shirt shop
in Los Feliz, my old neighborhood.
Yeah.
So wait, it was rescued by somebody? Is it
was
just
rescued,
it was like,
yeah.
like ephemera now?
Yes.
Yeah,
It's such a
I didn't
piece
know
of
that.
LA legendarium that they had to take it and put it in there. And they sell shirts, and they also just have the whole sign on the wall.
And it used to spin.
It spins, yeah. So the legend of this, if you're not familiar,
I'm not actually.
So this was up in the valley, and this is two sides of the same.
To be clear, I'm very aware of Happy Foot, Sad Foot. I'm the legend. I'm not aware of.
Okay, so the legend was
yeah.
it spins, and when you drive by on your commute, if you see Happy Foot, you're going to have a good day, and if you have Sad Foot, you're going to have a bad day. This was the fortune teller of the valley. Was
The
Happy
fortune
Foot, Sad
teller
Foot.
of feet.
Exactly. And look, okay, so and these are the same guy, I guess. I think this is a 2-panel cartoon where he was sad and then he went to Foot Clinic and now he's happy.
Before and after.
But
Yeah.
he adds shoes and gloves when he's happy. So when he's injured, he's not wearing gloves, which is a weird choice. Also, he is a foot with sub feet. So his whole face is a foot, but then he has feet. And then also he's injured his head piggy. Like the toe is the thing that's broken in this, not right. But then so he's got arms for crutches, but then they fix his head and then he puts on like Converse. Like they have iconic sneakers on his
Nike's
foot.
going to hit him for a penalty on that one.
That's why they had to take it down.
Unlicensed branding. Nike sued him and Foot Clinic had to go away.
What a brilliant bit of design for your weird little foot clinic.
Yeah.
Isn't that great?
Also, this is giving California Raisin to me, which is
Yes,
one of the
I
ones
agree with
that
that.
I picked out later.
Oh, nice. Also, since you were talking about the eyes before, he's
The
stoned,
red eyes.
right?
Yeah.
This guy's taking some meds.
Yeah, this is post car accident. Also, does on the 4 fingers, 5 fingers thing? This looks like too many toes.
It's just 5, but you're right.
It is
used to
5,
it, you're
but
right.
something's off. They feel like also the last 2 kind of feel like little dicks.
Well, he doesn't have the Roman toe, right? Where the second one is taller.
zoom out
it's
just a
too
little, just
perfectly
'cause of that.
across the row.
Yeah. And then what's going on here? It feels like they really gave up on the toes. Like when he's
That's true.
when he's smiling, he loses.
His mouth is 2/3 of his body. He loses everything. If he smiles too bright, like his gaping smile really takes over his whole thing.
Also, no nails. No nails on the toe.
Well,
I'm assuming
I
we're
think we're at the sole. I think we're on the
looking at the
underside.
bottom of a foot.
Oh, we're bottom feet.
I think so. That's my read.
Oh, that
I can't quite tell in this photo.
Yeah.
But also, is that it looks like 5 fingers on his hands too. But gloves was, I thought, also like an early, like Disney, Warner Brothers, gloves was also to make drawing hands
Also,
easier.
it's LA. No one's wearing gloves. Is this guy going to drive a race car?
He's going to the batting cages. This is his classic. He does have like they're like weird white leather gloves.
As far as like the 4 or 5 fingers thing goes,
looks like 4.
I'm gonna say jury's out.
Yeah.
I'm not sure these fingers are necessarily really even that defined. Also, the shoes.
Oh, is he giving thumbs up? Is that what it is?
Because
the one on the right looks a little bent in. I think he's giving thumbs up.
I think so
he's
too.
pretty
He's having a
happy
great
with
day. He's
himself.
so happy. He's the happy foot.
Do we know anyone who's ever actually been to this foot
To this
clinic?
podiatrist? No, I do not know.
It's also been closed for probably about 5 to 6
It
years.
has been closed for a while now.
But
But
what I really want to know about these characters is how, like,
Who talked them into them?
does it bring you in?
yeah, does it bring you in? Have
We
you
talked about-
personally ever
So the coffee one, we were just saying, I think
I
that
would
one
go
works.
there.
That sitting out on a busy street. It was on I forgot. Busy Street. You're going through
I love
at
Busy
the edge of
Street.
Koreatown. You would see that and be like, that's the vibe is right for me to think this is good coffee. It's got a classic coffee shop vibe, classiness, and it's a little drive-through spot. That works perfectly.
This is
the
saying
tooth and the
third
foot,
wave.
Yeah. They were making good coffee, and you could tell the tooth does not make me trust this dentist.
100%
There's no world where
no.
I'm like, I want to see what Dr. Teresa something does with that. The foot clinic, I mean, if my foot hurt, it's the first one I'd think of. So I haven't needed a podiatrist. I haven't gone to somewhere else, but that could work for me. Okay.
And also, it's been around so long where, like, if I see that, it's been around for a billion years.
I wouldn't
is that
even
good
think
and
it's an
bad?
actual doctor at that
Right.
point. It's just
it's also a foot clinic in a comfort inn above a vegan house. Like that sign
Yeah.
makes it confusing that this is a real doctor.
So wait, I want to.
Yeah, it also gives like, hey, we're just here to take creepy photos. Of your feet.
This is WikiFeet's corporate headquarters is what you're looking at.
I want to talk about coffee shop guy.
Yeah.
Because there is a serious like a design thing going on here, right? Which is like, okay, these are clearly made by family member,
Yes.
someone who or the owner who just doodled it.
draw, yeah.
This was someone paper mache it together.
Yeah.
This was clearly
Somebody was paid to make this.
Yes.
Well, we
And
understand-
I believe we did learn that. Yes.
and we understand this has been branded.
Yes.
So someone drew this with the idea of the word branding in their head, right? Like this has been branded, and it's that let's all go to the movies nostalgia
Yes.
place.
It's the let's go to the lobby. It's that it looks just like that character.
Yes.
Yeah.
And if you went to this coffee shop, I would be shocked if this wasn't stamped onto the paper.
Yeah,
cup.
yeah. It's such a
You
good
can
little
buy
character.
a T-shirt with it.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
can buy it as an embroidered patch on the
is cute.
hat.
Yeah.
I've seen a very similar like T-shirt to this guy at a coffee shop I was just at in North Carolina.
Yeah. It's
Okay,
great.
so
yeah.
So as the merch of this guy goes, clearly the coffee shop would be, if not specifically this coffee shop, you can see how this would be pushed as part of their like merchandise, their branding, it's on their Instagram, whatever.
Yeah, and you'd have your employees wearing just fishnets and a bow tie at the waist level.
Yeah.
This is how you get. This is the
This is
opposite
the-
of topless. This is
yeah.
a bottomless coffee
This
shop.
is the Hooters of coffee shops.
Bottomless coffee. That's
Yeah.
not bad.
Oh,
That's not bad.
You got one more business to sell right there.
$1 million idea. Here we go.
But the interesting thing about Happy Foot Sad Foot is that has also been branded post facto. That has been like I've seen pins with that.
Yes,
That is
yeah,
something.
yeah.
If you're at Angelino, you can go buy that, and it's been merchandised as a sort of like folk legend.
Yeah, it's nostalgia different.
it's cult.
Yeah. Which is different from bringing you in. Although, if the Foot Clinic sold a shirt that was Happy Foot on the front, Sad Foot on the back, or Sad Foot, Happy Foot, you could choose which one you wanted. That could be a sub business that could have kept them going after the Foot Clinic was not doing well.
Yeah.
People would just come in to get the Happy Foot, Sad Foot shirt.
Yeah. This actually might be a good time to because there's a game I want to throw at you.
Okay.
Okay.
Which as we go through this, because I think it's relevant to what we're talking about.
Oh yeah, this is the secret that you told me you would not show me until the show started.
Because I think
And you even locked it.
I locked it.
It's brilliant. In case I was trying to cheat.
Okay.
Okay.
I personally believe that all these unhinged spokes characters that we go through, in my head, they can kind of be lumped into one of two categories. One is I would die for them, as represented by a cross. We would die for their sins.
Yeah.
Or this thing's gonna fucking kill me.
Yeah.
Creepy, or I love it. And I think in the middle is what I'm pitching this to the group is sort of a Stockholm syndrome,
Sure.
trying to kill me, but I'm fine
open to
with
it.
that.
Yeah.
I still ride with this.
Yes. I think that's a good. I accept.
Yeah. So I think as we go, maybe we can start organizing these as to like where we think if they fall into these categories at all. Because I think already some of these characters that you have here. And number one, does this even ring true for you as our expert on
Unhinged spokes characters?
Unhinged spokes characters.
I think those are. I think there's probably a third axis, and I don't know what it is. Maybe there's would do business with your owner is the third circle, because that's what they're also for, right? So like I think there's an amount where I'm like this guy's gonna kill me. I'm not shopping there. But there's also this guy's gonna kill me. I can't wait to taste their coffee. Like I think there might be
does it actually do business?
Yeah, like a
actually
third, like-
move the needle.
this character would kill me. I love this character, would die for it. And then also this is a good business decision, I think might be the third Venn.
I like that.
Yeah. Which also I think since you are a designer, that's the job part. Like you actually do want it to work. So thinking of
would get me in the front door.
Yeah. I'd come in. Yeah, does business. I like does business. So I think to start out while you're designing the fig jam.
I think we make that the money.
Yeah, a little money emoji.
Money emoji.
I think coffee is the easiest one. You don't even know how to do emojis on your keyboard?
It's not letting me. That's the issue, my friend.
I guess you did it twice already, so we'll type it somewhere else and then come back. Oh, also while we're here, click on that again. Ginormous is my pet peeve. The biggest pet peeve I have. It's the thing I hate more than anything in the world is the word ginormous, by far. I hate it.
It's your moist?
It's my moist. So ginormous.
Ginormous. I didn't even know Figma does that.
Yeah, which is annoying, and they're being cute.
I don't like that.
Ginormous is a combination of the word gigantic, which is already an exaggeration, and enormous, which is an exaggeration that means the same thing. And you've combined them to say the same thing. So it's two words that are already synonyms combined to make a third word that does no different work. Like, it's the most useless. It's the most I don't care what words mean. I just like the syllables of any word that people use. And I mean, already I'm mad by about inflation, exaggeration inflation. It's hard to keep up because you can't say big. No, just like you can't say anyone's a millionaire anymore. You have to say billionaire because of actual inflation. But you have to keep doing that with everything. Where you can't say there were a million people. It doesn't sound impressive because we've lost the word million. So you have to say there's a billion people there now. So you have to keep and we can't keep up. There can't be a trillion people at a concert, right? So you have to tamp down in exaggeration inflation. And ginormous is we're going to take two exaggerations and combine them and make a super exaggeration. Anyway, you set up. Did you figure out that I was trying to stall while you got your emojis?
It's not working for me. I don't have to tell you. I'll have to do it later.
It doesn't work on my machine. So the coffee guy does business, and I would die for him.
Oh, interesting.
So in the top area
somewhere over here.
Yeah. I feel like that.
Yeah.
Tooth
will kill me.
Will kill me. Yeah. Tooth
100%.
will for sure kill me. I don't think he does business, and I don't think that I would die for him. I like him, but he'll kill me for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's murder in his eyes.
He's got murder. Yeah. Once he's
in
finished,
his eye.
once he finishes what he's working on, he's got evil intent for sure. And then I think Happy Foot, Sad Foot.
I will die for it,
and I
but
don't
I
will
never use that business.
Right.
Yeah, I think squarely in here. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it could almost be between those two because Happy Foot Sad Foot might kill me and Happy Foot might not, or the other way around. I don't know.
I mean, I feel like the only way Sad Foot kills you is if you were the one he hit in that car accident.
It could be. Oh yeah. Or I hit him and now it's revenge time.
Yeah, he's stoned and took you out.
Wait a minute.
But I don't think
you just put it in my head that I was assuming someone stepped on the toe and that's why no, this is like a hit and run to you.
Happy Foot's a hit and run.
I think
a victim or guilty.
That's Sad Foot.
Sad Foot.
Yeah.
Sad Foot is
No, he was trying to cross the street. He got hit by a Cybertruck.
You don't think he was like a he was
anti-Semitic truck?
He was driving and then he just found out he got off. Like
all right, it's all an insurance fraud. And that hat, he's fine. They wrapped that toe to go into the judge, and now he's like, I got my money. This is a lawyer. This is a law clinic.
Oh, you mean F. Ut Clinic? The lawyer F. Ut Clinic?
So the next thing I think we have to talk about is the hot dog. So I started talking about these online a little bit after I found these and I became interested and I was like, tell me your favorites from around. And somebody sent me, or a couple people sent me this hot dog and they were like, this hot dog is in Chicago. This hot dog. And then but other people were describing the same hot dog. And
I've seen this hot dog.
Wait a second. I've seen this hot dog at a gas station in rural Oregon when I was doing road comedy. And then that hot dog is also at the Home Depot in Glendale. So this hot dog is just a off-the-shelf character that you can buy from a company in Poland, a fiberglass company in Poland that sells this for $2,500. And I've checked with the decorating committee at my house, and by one vote, we're not buying it. I'm not. I don't. We don't have. We can't. Tie goes to her, and so we did not buy a 6 foot tall hot dog. But he is everywhere around the country. And everybody recognizes him, but he is not representing any specific business. He is selling the idea of hot dog, and he's doing it
He's a hot
his
dog.
By selling
dick
himself.
hanging-
Yes,
with his dick
right.
hanging out.
So this is an interesting design. So he has human legs.
Yeah,
With
so-
socks and Nikes. He's got
Yes.
Jordan 4s.
Very articulated
Yes.
legs.
and then he's
Yes.
also got a full Milton Berle,
Milton Berle?
former famous TV comedian from
Wait,
the
what's it- is he
50s
the-
and 60s.
What
who's
part did he
known-
do?
He was just like TV famous.
Yeah, but what part of the design?
Oh, the big hanging hog.
Oh, he had a huge dick?
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh yeah, everyone knows.
Yeah,
this.
okay, right. Yeah,
Yeah.
weird. That was
Okay,
60s
how
comedy
about-
was different than I
Okay,
remember.
let's go with this. He's also giving the full Dirk Diggler.
Yes. Well, so here's what. Okay, that's what's so amazing about this hot dog.
If there was a hot dog cart and you could order something called the Dark
They
Diggler,
should
I would
definitely do that.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That'd be a big dog.
that's one of those 14-inch ones that
Yeah,
hangs
it hangs
over the
over
side.
Right. So his head is hot dog, but his dick is also hot dog, but then human arms and legs. Or they're kind of similar color, so maybe those are bonus sausage that's coming out, but through the bun that he's wearing as a costume, but also, and it's a little bit clipped in this photo, he's wearing an American flag. This is a very
What?
patriotic. Yeah, he's got a cape of an American flag on. That is optional when you order it from the
That was
Polish
gonna be my
place. It's
question.
not
Yeah,
required.
because you can also get it with an Armenian flag.
Yeah, exactly.
So can you
also-
get other flags?
I didn't, the website that I found did not have other flags. It was either flag or no flag. But also you can get a stoned French fry guy that is a very similar design that people have shared a lot. But he's also, okay, so huge dick. We've talked about that. But also
I love.
he wants you to eat him, right? He is food.
Yeah.
And the way he's putting ketchup on his head. Okay, I want your opinion on this. But my read of this is he's putting on, it's his hair, but it's also, he's making himself appetizing because he wants to be eaten.
See, I
What do you
disagree. I think this is him getting ready. He's trying to entice you to fuck him.
It could. It is sexual.
The tongue
And
out,
everybody, yeah.
sexual. He's wearing a trench coat bun and he's naked underneath. This is giving 1970s, 1980s
flasher.
pervert.
Yeah, park pervert for sure.
Guys, I think we're being a little unfair to a hot dog who clearly has alopecia.
Right. Because he has no eyebrow. He's drawn on his own eyebrows.
Yeah, and I
One
think
ketchup.
Oh, I didn't even notice that. He's got
One
one
ketchup, one mustard.
This hot dog is suffering from an autoimmune disease.
Yes, that's
He's
probably true.
trying to get through the day. Look how happy he is to be like, listen, at the very least, without a full head of hair and eyebrows, I can compensate with condiments. I can put that together. He's looking in the mirror, finally getting his mojo back. He's been divorced.
I don't know much about alopecia, but
This
doesn't it
is
look like
giving-
he have eyelashes though?
Those are creases. He's in his mid-40s. I told you. He's,
Okay.
He's
look like-
divorced.
yeah.
He's lived a life. This hot dog has lived a life.
Also, the red cheeks is giving rosacea. This is a hot dog with a drinking problem who's smoking 2 packs a day.
yeah.
Also, beautiful blue eyes. Like
Beautiful.
piercing.
Yeah.
Well, when he was younger, he was a stunner. I
Yeah.
mean, before he got married.
I don't know if you can tell this. Also, real shoelaces. So everything else is fiberglass, but they put actual shoelaces on the shoes. They're just eyelets for shoelaces. It's an insane thing, and they've sold.
He's
also
trying to get back in
fingernails.
shape now.
Fingernails.
He's running
He's
finally.
got creatine in his sausage hands to make fingernails.
Also, he's back to where he's a 3-finger guy. He's got
Yes,
4-finger
yes,
guy.
yes,
He's got
fingers,
the-
yeah.
Maybe
And
sure.
also the fact that those little fingers aren't also in little hot dog buns or pigs in a blanket.
Each
Little
one,
disappointing.
That was so creepy.
That would make it
What's
so
great
much
about
worse.
this is he's everywhere though. Every town has one of them, maybe 2. And there were news stories where somebody left one at a bus stop and someone thought it was a pervert in a hot dog costume and called the cops on it. There have been ones that got stolen
How
and there
tall
were
are they, you
manhunts.
think? They're only like
6
what?
foot. This guy's huge.
6 foot? I
They
thought it was
they also sell a 3-foot version, and the Home Depot has a hot dog cart in Glendale has the full version inside and a 3-foot on top of the tent. Like this is a very popular line.
They put the kid on the roof.
The kid's on the roof, and then when they close, they just put up this fence around it, so it's dark, and you just see this pervert hot dog with his dong hanging out behind a gate in front of the Home Depot. Full creepy, incredibly creepy.
I feel we know it. I feel like this is a horror movie waiting to happen.
Oh yeah, there's no. I mean, I would not buy a hot dog from this person. I would not die for this person. This hot dog is going to kill you. I guess if there was a 4th circle that was is down to fuck, I think this hot dog would
I'm
be in
sorry,
that one.
but I personally feel like this does business for me.
It does business.
I like
Okay.
being reminded that hot dogs are out there.
Yes,
There is the Venn diagram. Does business / will kill me.
Yeah. I think that if anything, he's there, and if there was a down to fuck, it would also be in that one.
Yeah.
And I think tooth also fucks, and I think coffee fucks. I think foot does not.
Should we just assume that all all of them are like sexually active?
I think that's part of the appeal.
This
I
is
think
the
yes,
most
I think that's
sexually
true.
active.
Yeah.
This is also a weird thing. Can we zoom in on hot dog for 1 second?
Mm-hmm.
Tell me you couldn't see this hot dog wearing a sombrero.
That would confuse me about selling stuff, but if I had a sombrero, I would put one on it and take a picture because it would wear it well.
Yeah, he would wear a sombrero well.
In terms of it sells, people love a picture with this creepy hot dog. So it does bring in business.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the question I was asking about whether it wants you to eat it is a fundamental question of the unhinged mascots in the food world. Because almost every food mascot looks like it's trying to get eaten, and that's weird. And I forgot to put a picture on this board for you, but there was this thing at one of the college bowl games a couple years ago, where it was at the Pop-Tarts Bowl. They had the first ever edible mascot. Do you remember the story? Okay.
No, I almost threw up when you said that.
I know. So it's like an 8-foot like foam costume Pop-Tart. And then at the end of the game, it climbs into a giant toaster and then it comes out cooked on the side, which is just a cake. But then everybody eats the cake. And so the idea is it's going to become edible through this toaster. And he's like so happy going down. And the best part of this is there's an interview with the Pop-Tart spokesperson, and the news person is like, it looks like he wants to be eaten. Like that seems bad. And the Pop-Tart guy goes, "No, it is his dream." And it's the best soundbite I've ever heard. Just it's their dream.
Giving Midsummer.
It is. It's very very
like,
Midsummer.
We will eat.
Yeah.
We will eat.
And then you eat it, and he's
Yeah.
like, "Yes, my dream."
Whoever won the bowl should have just came out and gave like thumbs down.
I think they did it again, but like less dramatically this year. But it's like now as part of the bowl. But so my question is, do you think food dreams of being eaten? Is this its dream, or was that person lying and we just murdered a Pop-Tart?
We just murdered a Pop-Tart.
Oh,
Okay.
I think food dreams of being eaten. I
think it is?
think we all are looking for purpose.
Yeah.
in
And
life.
that's a completion of
I
your
think
purpose.
we should be jealous of food. That
Well,
they know why they're here.
So this brings me to the
That was so
It's
existentially
beautiful.
dark.
well, it's an existential question, my friend.
well, but that brings me to the pig. So this is in Denver. This is a Carne Sierra, whatever. Anyway, it's a Spanish meat store. This is a cow who is having
this is
his
rough one.
meat cut straight off, and
This is
he
particularly rough.
Stoked. It is his dream.
I don't like this.
I don't like it at all. This is extremely upsetting to
Some
me.
dreams are hard to watch for
It's a
some
very big
people.
knife.
I can tell you this feels like this cow is on an acid trip that he doesn't even realize this isn't going well.
That's actually a really good reading. That's a upbeat reading. Is the cow is actually just stoned and this is not really happening? That would be great, because otherwise he is being turned into flank steak and is wearing a bib. Like he's there.
He's getting ready
can
to
eat,
He's
yes.
getting ready to eat himself.
Every barbecue place basically has a mascot that's a pig that's like, fuck yeah, barbecue. And that's very weird. But I like the idea that it's that food wants to be eaten, it's the completion of its life cycle. But what I think is we just feel deeply bad about eating food. And so we were like that the food is sad inside us. And so we were like, whenever we draw it, we have to project happiness onto the food.
Okay,
That
well,
we're killing.
Yeah,
let me
we're
ask.
killing.
I would need, because this is an important question. It's horrifying to see a cow have its hindquarters sliced off of it live.
Yes.
Clearly bleeding, uncomfortable.
You'd think, although it actually looks nicely marbled and bloodless. I mean,
Yeah,
producing very nice steaks.
Would we feel as heartbroken and horrified if this was a smiling carrot being chopped up? Do we have the same empathy for vegetables?
Or say it was a Pop-Tart.
Or a Pop-Tart. Yeah, I don't, I mean, it does not like horrify me as much.
Right.
The Pop-Tart or a carrot.
Yeah.
The fact that I can see like
The
blood
fact that if you
and
hung out with a
sinew-
cow, it would actually smile. Whereas if you hung out with a real Pop-Tart, it wouldn't. So there's
a
not as
carrot-
much of a jump here.
A carrot's not following you around.
Yes, like giant puppies. I know. Cows are really cute. That's an issue. I agree. I think that makes us more horrifying. But what I think is existentially, it's the same with the Pop-Tart. If we give it life by giving it 4-fingered hands and the ability to cheer on a football game, we have to feel bad when it goes in the toaster.
the fact that this cow is on all four legs and does not have gloves or articulated fingers does help.
It does help. Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. It
agree.
does make it a little bit easier. I do not think that this cow is gonna talk to me.
I will also say this: where the fuck are the back legs?
Yeah, you said 4 legs. I only see 2. It might be
only-
tipping
It's
over.
Covered by the ribeye, guys.
Yeah, I assume so, but I don't know if the math
but
quite works
also,
out.
where's the S and tail?
Yeah, already eaten. He already had it.
He is
How-
already
back
eaten.
inside.
How
He's already
long
eaten
have we been
himself.
keeping this
Right.
cow alive?
I know. This, to me, this doesn't sell. I think to me,
No.
if you put a face on meat store, you make, and same thing with barbecue. I think you remind everybody this comes from a smiling pig or a cow.
Yeah.
I think that doesn't sell. But I don't think this cow would kill me.
No,
So
I feel that we have to defend him somehow.
yes, I think we would die to defend him because he doesn't deserve this.
I think we have to
that's close,
protect
yeah.
this cow somehow.
I will also say this, similar, it shouldn't be a pig. It shouldn't be a cow. It's like what you're saying. It should be like the cup. It should be a barbecue. Give a barbecue a cute tongue.
Yes.
Have
Yes.
steam
Yes.
coming out of its
Right.
ears.
Totally. That would be adorable.
The thing you're using it
Yes,
with.
the tool.
I think that's brilliant. And if the fact that PETA has not gone on this, like PETA, free idea.
They always go
If you
negative.
were-
If they went positive and like make the barbecue the character.
Oh my god! Like, it's one thing to criticize, it's another to offer new solutions.
Exactly. It's much harder.
And I think if we're having a problem with barbecue and eating animals, at least start with the mascot backwards.
Well, so I want to go to your cloud because you brought in a bunch of really interesting pictures.
Wait, do you want to save that for last?
Well, the mattress, now that we've talked about food, I'm like, the mattress is just, he'll kill you. This and would fuck.
Yes, I was going to say
Mr. Mattress fucks.
Mr. Mattress has a dick for nose.
Yes, there are a lot of he's also wearing like elf shoes.
Yeah, little jester boots.
but his arms still pretty nice. Like
Yeah,
he's
he-
got decent arms.
He's got 80s buff arms.
What is on the top left and right? No flip, and is that a pig on the top
it's
right?
no bullshit. That's a no bull logo from this cool. This is in Vancouver, by the way. This Mr. Mattress, and it's just a pervert mattress. And you said it's his dick. I think he's like sit on my face. I think that is
100%.
what his vibe is supposed to be.
Yeah, he's giving let my nose tickle your clit.
Exactly.
Interesting. What
I'm
he
an
has,
adult.
I think he would kill me.
what he has in common.
Yeah, he's
with
giving 70s pervert.
Yeah.
What he has in common with the coffee shop is the nostalgia play. He
Yes.
also feels like they are in conversation. This
I
could have
agree
been the
with
same
that,
designer.
except it does not sell. I want nothing to do with this mattress
That's
guy.
his illegitimate child.
Too pervert.
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
pretty much it's pretty squarely in the will kill me.
So these are all business focused, but one of the things you brought up on your cloud is that you brought in Gritty, and I think Gritty is really important to talk about, and also Mr. Met.
Yeah.
So
Mr. Met is my childhood.
Yes. You're wearing a Mets jersey right now.
Unplanned.
You're right.
Did not know this. I did not look at the board, and I added a couple as soon as I got
you
here.
know what I believe? That you didn't look at the board ahead of time.
Look, I just got off a plane. Okay.
So Gritty is obviously hockey, but this is generally true there too. But when you take sports mascots, you generally have 3 choices, and I added just above this. You can see like to show some the way this works.
get
You can
these
do
guys
literal,
together, yeah.
So that's an Oriole for the Orioles.
Love it.
Literal's an option. Number 2 is just a guy with a baseball for a head.
Which Mr. Met started, and everybody else is ripping off.
I don't know for sure that Mr. Met was first because the Pirates also had one, I think. And there is like Mrs. Met, but no Mrs. Pirate. Anyway, the internet shit has written a lot of erotic fan fiction of Mr. Met with different other things. But you have literal, you have baseball for
hold on. We're blowing past the Mr. Met erotic fanfic.
I haven't read it. I can't tell you more about it, but the internet ships them.
You haven't read it?
Look,
We're going to have to stop down the podcast to do some dramatic reading right now. Okay, go ahead.
But look, the third option that every sports franchise has, and this really turned a corner in the 90s, the literal and the big baseball head were more common early. Around the 90s,
Makes sense.
There's a third option that evolved, which is pervert Muppet. And so that's Gritty.
Yeah.
Gritty is just a Muppet who fucks. And that's Blooper, who's the Braves' third mascot. The second mascot was a baseball head. And the one before that I didn't include because it was a super racist. It was super racist. And it was like Chief Nakahoma. Like it was, even just saying it is extremely cringe. And so they fixed that because it was too racist. And then they were like, well, the baseball's doing nothing for anybody. And so the story was like they took all the things that make a Braves fan good and put them in a machine, and this pervert Muppet came out. But there's a bunch of other teams who have done it.
Because Atlanta be horny.
Right. Also trumpet ears, but like also he's just beige and has no genitals, and he's got Porky Pig style, right? He's wearing the jersey, no pants. Same thing with Gritty. There's a lot of no pants on these creepy Muppets.
Well, he's wearing pants, right? Those
Oh,
they're
no,
shorts.
I thought
just
that
a
was
long
just the shirt
jersey.
kept going.
Yeah,
I
that's
could be
the
wrong.
shirt. Keep going.
Either way. But a lot of teams now have this pervert Muppet vibe where it's because it's like we want to have this corporate nameless, like we don't want to make a decision. It's like a tame trying to be cautious thing. And then that didn't work. No one cared. And so what happened was, and I think this was Gritty first, but Blooper does it too. What people realized was the only way to make people care is if this guy was fucking crazy. So Gritty is nuts. Like Gritty's character.
He's also Philadelphia.
He's Philadelphia. He'll fight you.
Yeah.
And like his like sketches that he does during games is he'll find somebody in the wrong jersey and dump butter on their head in a huge bucket. Like Gritty's nuts. And Blooper does the same thing. And one of Blooper's things when the guy who took over, and you can find on LinkedIn who the guy is, but when he took over Blooper, he was like, I'm just gonna be a dick on Twitter. As Blooper, like the way Wendy's would roast people, like it was a branding decision that Blooper is a fucking monster. Like that's the thing, and it worked, and people love him now. Like,
So basically, he's just John Rocker from the Atlanta Braves running the Twitter.
Yeah, which is great. People love that.
And if you don't remember John Rocker,
I have no idea.
He was the racist guy who was the relief pitcher for the Atlanta Braves, who said a bunch of crazy racist shit when the Braves were playing them.
I should add, in Blooper's defense, nothing racist that I've heard.
Yeah. And then took the train to the stadium, and a bunch of cops had to like guard him so people wouldn't fuck him up on the way to the stadium during the playoffs.
Oh shit!
And but people fucking love Gritty, and people love Blooper now.
The fact that I know who Gritty is, I'm not really a sports fan.
I'm not.
I know who Gritty is.
Yeah.
But what do you know the weird socialist history about Gritty?
No, tell me more about Gritty's weird social history.
Okay, wait. I barely know the story, but I do remember when he first was introduced. I think this is during Bernie's run. Is that there is? We should look into it later, but like there's well documented back when it was still Twitter. There was a lot of stuff happening around Gritty being a like
commie,
like he was co-opted as a mascot for like the Democratic Socialist Party, working class, and there was all these socialist memes happening with Gritty, and I have a feeling that kind of become a huge part of his.
Yes, I think
he's
that's
fucking
right.
crazy.
Yeah.
And for him to have like a really specific political take is also what is Blooper's
and I do
bloopers aren't going to be good. His name is actually Bloopers.
I think he might hang around with like Atlanta socialites. He might not be great, but Gritty has that man of the people vibe to him that people respect, and I like that. I am worried.
Part Muppet.
Yeah. Well, they're both part Muppet, and I think actually both of these were somebody who came from the Muppet design program, but not an official Muppeteer, but I can't remember now.
The Muppet design program.
I will say this,
procedures to be a BFA in Muppet design.
Blooper feels more Warner Brothers. Gritty feels more.
Well, so Blooper has these the most interesting thing about Blooper is his trumpet ears, and the Philly Fanatic, who is a green between these two, has a trumpet nose, and it looks like Muppet Show. The trumpet nose looks like bum bum banana, like it's that vibe.
Oh, so, the Menomina guys.
Yeah, Menominas. He looks a little bit like the Menominas. So I think, and I looked this up at one point. I think the person who designed Blooper, or the company that designed Blooper, had former Muppet people in it. Like there's a specific Muppet style of building puppets that I believe is in both of them, but I'm loose on who it was, but
I believe
some
it.
connection. But they are all like, it's this fascinating combination where they were like, we're going to take the personality away from this character. And then the person who was in charge had to make a personality, and the only thing that works is nuts. And so that's worked several times. So now there's like minor league teams with a weird Muppet that's like trying to be a dick on Twitter, because that's how you get noticed as a person who. Because all the people in the minor league Muppets want to move up to the pro Muppets because you make way more money. So there's like competition among them to do more crazy shit in the minor league characters. Anyway,
well, they have full like mascot games where they all meet up and do activities during the All-Star games where they like play each other, wrestle, race,
great fun,
fight. It's kind of like Gladiator but with Muppets.
With Muppets on. Wearing giant Muppets.
But I think it's fascinating to understand that like mascots, logos, we inherently do not want to have takes on them. We want them out of our lives. We want them out of our eyeballs. Yeah. And the only way to like get people to move a logo or a mascot into the "I will die for you" circle is to make it more human.
His personality, yeah.
And like one of the easiest ways to, and like we fucking learned it with just like the internet, is that one of the easiest ways to feel like get affection and get people like remembering you is by like stoking outrage. Is make your character is be like angry online. Is to be a fucking
which is also
online.
Which is also insane because mascots are just supposed to be for kids at the game. They're supposed to go out and shoot a T-shirt into the audience and walk up to a kid and rub its head during a commercial.
But Star Wars is supposed to be for kids now, and that's like.
That's one of the things they have done, but I think part of this is their job is just like the coffee guy, is to make more people care about the Atlanta Braves. And so the marketing question, which we have to put this on our graph at some point, but the marketing question for these guys is, does this sell the game? And the thing that you were just saying about stoking outrage online is totally true. It's especially part, as you well know, as an Arsenal fan, it is part of sports culture to have an us and a them. That's one of the things that makes it work. Like, it builds the camaraderie inside the Braves fandom if they are like, we hate whoever he's being mean to online, which is usually the other cities. Same thing with Gritty. So Gritty is definitely I would die for and he would kill me. I think Gritty is in the middle of both those.
Perfect.
He might even sell. But that's I think he maybe
I'm
helps.
sorry. I think Gritty's right in the middle.
Yeah, Gritty's
he's in the first middle.
I'm not a Philly guy, but Gritty is a sell, won't kill you.
If I was in Philadelphia and someone said, come to a game, like, oh, is Gritty going to be there?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
for sure. So I think Gritty is definitely in that third. I think Blooper is not there yet because you guys haven't heard of Blooper, right? It's pretty Atlanta focused. So I don't know that he's selling as much, but I do think they are building the internal structure of the team fandom, of the fandom.
Of the city.
Does Arsenal have a mascot?
Yeah, they have Gunnosaurus, which is...
Is it a dinosaur?
Was a dinosaur.
Was he a good father?
He's great, but also you will get... When you get... like when he does lose, you will get the memes of Gunnosaurus with the cannon in the mouth. Can we just pull it up? Actually,
can you pull up a Gunnosaurus?
I'm afraid we're going to have to. Yeah.
Yeah, we could have been Googling this stuff all this time.
Please don't tell my son that this is an option.
Yeah, baby.
Dinosaur show.
Oh yeah, I have seen this guy. He's a good sad. Look at that. Look at that.
Yeah,
photo.
it's a great.
Oh, that's funny. 186,000 followers on
Instagram. There you
That's
go.
not that much. Oh yeah, great meme. Funny. Yeah. The what was the one that I was telling you about before that I was going to show you? Anyway, now that we can Google, we can add stuff to this. But do the Arsenal fans love? Do they respond to?
Yeah,
Gunnosaurus?
they like Gunnosaurus. Yeah. We are a fan.
Yeah.
Does Liverpool have one?
Yeah. Sometimes there's a bird. It's not a huge part of the culture.
Sometimes there's a bird.
It is not a thing that I've seen.
If I saw Gunnosaurus outside of the stadium, I'd be like, "Oh, I'm getting a selfie."
Yeah, of course. Right. That's what I think it is. It's not just kids to shoot a t-shirt can. It is photos. It is part of. It's not branding to new people. Like Gunnosaurus is not selling the brand to other people, but internally it's helping.
And I would say, as someone who grew up in New York, who is a Mets fan, I would die for Mr.
You would die for Mr. I think so too. And I also,
and
if
it's long running. It's my whole childhood.
Yeah.
To me, it's childhood Mets game. Is Mr. Met.
And I don't think we have to. I guess we don't have to add the circle because it's true of all of them. But Mr. Met fucks.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
We
know he's married. So,
but I think it's also worth mentioning something you just said, which is like every sports team. Like, this has not been the same. The Dodgers have not been the same Dodgers since 1920, and they change. They're constantly changing people. A Dodger can suddenly be playing for another team.
Yeah.
But if there's one thing that is consistent that you can like set your clock to, it is like
Mr. Met.
Is Mr. Met. It is your mascot. That guy will always be there, no matter like if you're. If Ohtani goes to a different baseball club, then my jersey becomes outdated or it's a different thing now. But like,
no, essentially we're rooting for our favorite boys in the right color socks.
Yes.
That is the whole. It's the thing that stays consistent is branding. Yeah. And so we are really actually just fans of brands, which is interesting about sports.
The way that's a bit. Is it Seinfeld?
There was a guy who had a bit about favorite boys, but he got canceled, so we're not going to talk about him. But then there was, but the rooting for brands was also with an episode of 99 PI. So I was combining those two things. But they talked about how sports is just essentially you root for brands.
It's nationalism.
It's also nationalism, except in America where the teams move all the time. So like it's not like
but the second your team leaves your city, they are fucking dead.
Well, but this is one thing I love about British sports is that they don't move.
No, never.
You are part of the city in a way. There's like one team that's moved and everyone in the country hates them.
It's infrastructure.
Yeah.
Who moved?
The team formerly plying their trade in Milton Keynes.
Okay.
MK Dons, I think, is the one that moved.
Yeah.
A lower tier team. But everyone hates them,
and
there's a new team that like started as a Tuesday league and moved up. But American teams move all the time, and so like you are losing that sense of home with those
Community.
teams, which is crazy.
Yeah.
That we allow that to happen, where the city is like we have this infrastructure and like we've built all of this goodwill as a city, and we're like, you can just go. It's crazy.
Yeah, because some rich guy's like, I want a new stadium.
Yeah. I want to go play in Sacramento.
I didn't know until like maybe a couple years ago. I was like, I wonder what lake the Lakers are named after. Like, the
Minnesota.
fucking Great Lakes.
Well, the best one obviously is the
I wanted to get to this.
is the Utah Jazz, but
Yes, the Utah
of
Jazz.
all the hilarious moves. Not that there's trolleys to dodge here either, but
But this is even better. The new Utah Jazz just got a NHL team, and they are literally called the Utah hockey team or something like that.
Yeah.
Or Utah. Look it up.
Smooth
quick.
Jazz?
No, Utah Smooth Jazzes.
there was
It's great. Utah.
somebody else had this joke.
Utah Hockey Club, I think they're called. Yeah. And they're thinking about actually keeping this as a name. And
Yeah.
the NHL
You know what?
wants
'Cause
them
that's
to
how-
brand better, but
Right.
I think this is fucking cool.
This
is
feels
how
like-
and
it
this is
feels
how
like
British
soccer,
soccer
though.
teams work, right? And that's when you can't move because the team can't be called the Utah Soccer Club anymore. But my favorite joke about this that I saw, and I can't remember who to credit this to, but was New Orleans should change their name to the New Orleans Tabernacle Choir. It's because there's of all the cities where there's no jazz, it is Utah. There's just a very low jazz environment.
Okay,
Yeah.
Mr. Met, die for you.
Yes, for sure.
Okay, let's get him right over
Well,
there. And does business.
And does business.
Yeah, I think he does help. Yeah, in the sense that you help internally.
I know people who have Mr. Met tattoos.
Yes, of course.
Aren't you one of them?
No.
Your friend does. Yeah.
My friend
But
does.
he's
I would get a Met shaking hands with Gunnosaurus.
Yeah, oh man.
Can we talk about the Noid?
Yes, we have to talk about the Noid.
Do you know the horrible story about the Noid?
Do I? I mean, I feel like we've talked about it. I've heard about this, but I don't.
I have it clipped
Vague.
to the Wikipedia section because it's worth getting into the details of it. But first, let's just talk about the Noid.
Okay.
Claymation. The Noid being like the Noid you feel, it's like your hunger pains. I've like
What?
really upsetting like sense memories of those commercials of him just being kind of creepy and grubby feeling.
Yeah.
Do
I
you
don't
guys have any
even-
takes on the Noid?
First of all, what's the word Noid coming from? The only time I know
Annoyed?
Noid is annoyed and paranoid, which are both bad. Why would you?
Yeah, it's bad.
Is there a positive word that ends in Noid?
No.
Also, he fucks. You can tell. And that nose,
In
that
a
guy's got a
prob- in a
big
prob-
old
Big
dick.
dick. Yeah.
He fucks in a problematic way.
Oh, yeah, I wouldn't recommend it.
Yeah.
But it'd be fun for a day or two.
So, I mean, I think we can very quickly agree that
I mean,
like,
he's half condom anyway.
He's already protected. That's so true.
I think we can agree right off the bat, he will kill me.
Yes.
And
I think he doesn't sell.
No, he did. Well, there's a very good reason.
Okay,
I
great.
don't even remember what the Noid went to. Was it
pizza?
It was a pizza brand, but I don't remember which one. Oh, it was Domino's.
Just opening with something called hostage in incident.
So I'll just kind of skim through this. In 1989, Kenneth
my
Lamar, Noid, a mentally ill man, believed that the Avoid the Noid campaign was personally directed
Because his name was Noid.
towards him. He went to a Pizza Hut or the Domino's. We just picked the wrong chain. He went to a Domino's in Georgia with a Magnum, and he held two employees hostage for over 5 hours. He was ranting to employees. He called Domino's headquarters and demanded $100,000 in a white limousine as a getaway transportation for him.
Yeah, I would never get away from a Pizza Hut in a black limousine. Gross.
He after offering to exchange a hostage for a copy of American postmodern author Robert Anton Wilson's 1985 novel The Widow's Son.
This sounds like one of those 24-hour film festivals where like you have to work in this prop and this slogan.
I was literally just saying, where's this fucking
yeah,
biopic?
very specific.
He then forced employees to make him two pizzas.
Yeah, of course.
While he was eating the pizzas, he had with a gun on his lap. The hostages escaped.
Good for them.
So
It's almost like Dog Day Afternoon if you didn't like him.
I was literally just thinking.
it's
that.
very because he had pizzas. I
Yeah.
think, yeah.
with this in mind, does any of this shock any of us?
Well, I am surprised that there's a man named Noid. That's
Yeah.
a weird. It's not. It's a
Well, to
Christian
answer your
name.
question, is there anything that has the word Noid in it?
Is Mr. Noid.
It's this guy.
Oh,
Who's
terrible luck.
listening to this podcast episode from prison?
Well, I'm,
Like, share, and subscribe, Noid. Thanks so much.
Smash that like button. You got nothing else to do. I suspect it's helped him. I feel like maybe prison did him some good. He
hope
seemed
so.
like he had some trouble.
I wouldn't be
100%
shocked if
will
that
claim.
guy ended up in a mental institution versus a
Yeah,
prison.
yeah.
I don't.
But he's
Noid
a-
is straight murder.
Straight murder, nothing else.
Nothing else.
He doesn't sell. We don't know. We didn't remember the pizza chain. Even while you were reading it, you didn't remember the pizza chain. So
I think Domino's likes it that way. I
Yeah.
think they prefer that I do not remember.
This is Little Caesar's fucked up brother.
And he very Little Caesar.
Yeah.
He definitely has though. It looks like it's an Aardman, not Aardman. The claymation, not Aardman.
Wallace and Gromit. That's Aardman.
He's Aardman.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, great.
Yeah.
He looks more like the one that did claymation in America. Then I can't remember the name of their. Damn it! I'm gonna remember this in a second. But anyway, he is Aardman.
Rankin Bass.
No, it's now Leica. It got bought by Leica. It was named after the founder, and then Leica bought it, which is a great story if I remember the name. Anyway, whatever. Sorry. Who made the California Raisins?
I do not remember.
You can Google it faster than me. This is designed by Good Radio. Are you cutting this?
No, we don't cut anything.
You don't cut anything?
Yeah, no.
That's embarrassing.
Well, here's the thing. This is for the live.
This is for the whole group.
This is for the people at home.
Claymation.
Clips, we cut it down.
Oh,
but,
yeah, great.
You know, we're not.
Foot Cone and Building.
Nope.
The
No, that's the
advertising
firm, but the design of the claymation
We could
itself.
probably just Google who designed the California
Yeah,
Raisins.
you probably could have done this faster.
California Raisins was one of mine.
Yeah, Vinton. Okay, so
I don't know that name.
Vinton Studios did the California Raisins. He did the Claymation Christmas, which is a Christmas special that I watched a lot as a kid that not everybody saw. And then what happened was he
made his logo exactly like the Disney one.
Very
And got
Disney yeah.
sued into oblivion.
No, so he got so it became Leica. It says there in the Fate. So what happened was so Leica Studios, which made Coraline and Kubo and the Two Strings. 3 strings? How many strings? 2 strings.
Never
Anyway,
heard.
incredible studio. Makes very, very good movies. Is the son of Phil Knight, the Nike guy. So what happened was Travis Knight, Phil Knight's son, was like, Dad, I don't care about shoes. I want to do stop motion animation. And so his dad bought Will Vinton Studios and kicked Will Vinton out and gave it to his son. And it turns out Travis Knight is really good at stop motion movies. And he turned this into an incredible studio that has made several really good movies. So like this should not work. Like none of this should have worked. It's a crazy story, except that they're very good.
It's a Nepo Baby success story.
It is a Nepo Baby success.
And we're hoping that happens for you, Paramount Plus.
Somebody's son is going to come take over. Yeah, but
that just happened at Paramount Plus. One of the world's richest man just bought his kids Paramount, and his son's been producing movies.
Oh, is that why?
The past
I
several
didn't hear
years.
that. That's very funny.
Yeah, and as long as Trump doesn't block the sale.
So
from the
Vinton also made the
Redstones.
Noid. Yeah, so he made that. He also made the M&Ms back when they were sexy.
I love M&M's.
Oh, they're still
Fuck.
sexy now. I would
You don't fuck
fuck
without the boots?
Any
Or
one of
the
them.
high
Come
heels?
on. They're all beautiful people.
I think she's still fuckable in tennis shoes. That's my thought.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think a woman should have to put on dress shoes.
We agree to fuck.
Yeah, I'm all for ladies in flats. Okay.
Okay, so you've also got here now.
Well, let's just drag over the California Raisins. We could also, I think we can all agree, California Raisins, I would die for.
Yes, and I think they sell.
Honestly, I don't.
I don't know if they're selling.
I don't think they
sold
sell,
records?
and that's why they're not around.
Well, okay, no, but
They made some money.
Do they sell raisins? I don't know.
I think
but
they
sell.
do.
They sold records. They had a #1 hit. And
Okay.
they sold a cartoon show of just raisins who
Yes.
hang out and do soul music. They sold something.
Yeah, I think
They sold
somebody.
a great job
sold out.
selling
They sold out,
Motown.
yeah.
They sold Motown.
sold out.
They go in there.
They sold out back when selling out was a problem.
Also, I will add, they fuck.
Yeah,
you can tell.
100%.
All 4 of them. Also, a lot of Converse. You do a lot of animated Converse, it turns out.
I think it's just the easiest
It's an
shoe
easy
to
shoe to
draw.
draw. It's very recognizable right away.
Yeah. Reese's sneaker.
I don't know if number 2 fucks. I think
I
the
was
other
just
3
thinking
do.
that, but now you're back to shaming the body shaming bread that can't get the skinny one.
It's his sesame seed cheeks, I think. Is he crying? I don't know. That makes him less charming. It's not his size.
He seems a little too eager.
And his hair is cut into a heart. It's
honestly,
maybe.
as we look at these guys, I don't think any of these guys fuck.
No, they all fuck. For sure. They fuck.
In spite of their 4 fingers.
Yeah. So that's Will Vinton's characters, which are great. I want you to talk about Camel.
Joe Camel?
Joe Camel. Joe
Yeah.
Cool. I think his
Joe
name is
Cool.
actually Joe Cool and not Joe Camel, but everyone calls him Joe Camel.
Joe Camel.
So 4 fingers, excellent. Also, this is the one that everyone agrees was too good. He doesn't just sell; he sells too good,
Yeah.
and he literally will kill you. So we know where he goes.
Oh,
Yeah,
God.
Because
Yeah,
he's killing
I mean,
children was one of his things.
You know, I didn't even think about that, but you're absolutely right. I mean, it's cigarettes. He fucking kills.
But we
It's
know it
murder
sells
that
because
sells.
they had to stop using it because it was too effective. He
On
makes
children.
On children. He makes smoking look how cool he is. He's so cool.
Yeah.
And a camel, which I think is an incredible animal, but is not sexy. He makes camel look sexy.
Also, I
mean, that face looks like a Volvo.
Well, it looks like balls. His mouth looks a little bit like balls.
I just want to pause on the quick defense of camels you threw out there, as if the camel hive is going to come for you in the comments. But on the own record, pro camel, love camels. Go
I saw
camels
at the zoo this weekend. It was great.
They're great. Camel hive already knows me. I'm big in the camel defending community. I made a video about how camels are better than horses very recently.
I was just going to say, wait a minute, of course.
I will agree. Camels look way cooler than horses.
I think they look cooler than horses. I think they are less fragile. Also, their top speeds are really similar to horses, and also they can last way longer in the desert. Also,
it's not water, it's fat.
I know, but the fat has water in it. It's both. But yes, it is. But still, they can also go much longer time without drinking water. Horses are like an hour, and then they get thirsty boys. They're really babies. But a camel can go weeks for sure without water.
So basically, what we're saying is that camel's the electric car of
the EV. Well, and the reason I'm defensive, especially as a designer, this is the thing you've heard since you were in college, that a camel is a horse designed by committee, right? That's the famous designer bullshit slogan about it. And if that was true, if that was designed by a committee, it would be a reason why committees are better at designing than individual people. Because a horse is sleek and is useless. It breaks its ankles. It's good for racing for 30 seconds, but it's not actually very valuable. A camel is so much more useful, is better at almost everything than a horse is. But we're like, not hot enough for me. Which is a weird thing, that designers are just like really into fucking horses.
Can I throw something else out there that's going to throw a wrench into all this?
Bring it.
Love a donkey.
That doesn't throw a wrench in it, but I have no prepared material for donkeys, so I love that for you.
The beast of burden.
Yeah, I saw donkeys at the zoo too. I was just as excited by the donkeys.
This is a pretty entry-level zoo that has just like regular ass animals.
Hey guys, we have some huskies here at the zoo.
This was just a farm.
Yeah.
Camels are so good.
I love a camel.
Camels don't get nearly enough attention.
On the cover of Wilco's Wilco album, just a cool
Another great thing they've done.
Yeah.
And we're very good at selling cigarettes, which I do hold against them, but you got to make a living.
When I was in Israel, I saw a camel. The location doesn't really have anything to do. I actually probably should bleep that out. But I saw a camel, and they're real tall and kind of scare me.
Yeah, they're terrifying. I like that about them.
It feels more dinosaur than horse.
Yes, I agree with that.
And also hump, not even. It's a rocky hump. It's cutting.
You thought it'd be soft?
I thought it would. I thought it was going to be the classic drawn well. It's there's some jagged. It looks like a real mountain.
Is it?
Well, did you had a 2 or a 1?
There was a double.
Oh, good. It was the Bactrian.
Yeah, it had the space in the middle
cushy,
to fit
like an ottoman.
He's saying no, it's bumpy. I haven't actually ridden one either.
Yeah, it was all. No, I didn't ride the camel.
We
just saw it. I didn't touch it. I'm not touching anything at a zoo.
I thought maybe at another time in your life, because there are a lot of places you can ride a camel. That's normal.
We're coming into the time of bird flu. I don't know if I don't know if camels are picking up bird flu.
I don't know.
I'm not touching anything at a zoo.
I think camels might not get bird flu because the name.
People are getting bird flu.
Not many.
I mean, they're getting.
And was that there's like 2 people and they could be part bird.
That's because if they're fucking the bird.
The camels also, people think, oh, not from America. They're that's why they're looked down upon. Started here. Camels were North American. They crossed the Bering Strait, the all of it before there was when there was a land bridge to Asia. They evolved in North America and then climbed over the Bering Strait when it was just a land bridge, got into Asia, and then ended up dying off here as the weather changed when they got hotter.
So we can fairly assume that if they're crossing a land bridge east to Asia, they're probably East Coast.
No, west.
They went
through
through Alaska.
North and west.
They went that way. Yeah, because then they'd be European.
They feel way more West Coast.
I think they're pretty West Coast.
If you see a camel, you're like, that thing has succulents at home.
So fucking LA.
Yeah, love a camel.
No, Joe Camel is giving East Coast. That is East Coast.
He's very East Coast. Yeah, he's too formal. We don't wear tuxes here when we play piano.
Also, throw a bow tie on your thing and it's
looks
and
sexy
also
as hell.
I mean, like a man can pull off a lot of looks.
Well, also human hands. I think it is worth zooming in. Like a real camel, not good at piano.
Almost
also,
human hands.
I was thinking about the 4 fingers.
Yeah.
You know how many songs he can't play?
Oh, a bunch of them.
Yeah.
His chords are going to be it's going to be missing a little something.
Yeah.
We need some thickness in the minor chord, but he doesn't have it. But
I think a camel playing a piano, regardless, he's very
also
talented.
Just as far as branding goes. Also, once again, the lettering's great. They did a good color
job
in the background.
That's why it was too good.
Yeah,
too good.
This is what it is. Is instead of saying like we you can't do ads for cigarettes anymore. We should just say only terrible designers can work for cigarette companies. All the lettering has to be just like badly kerned. We need like really bad
So whoever
fonts.
did the Cybertruck logo has to.
Yes,
do,
exactly. That person is in charge of cigarettes now.
To what we were talking about before with with the gritty and blooper, I think we need more of a like psychotic Muppets representing cigarette companies now, because they can pull that
No,
off.
you
It's just so
can't
we
get-
die for Gritty.
Yeah.
If Gritty smoked, more people would smoke. And also, he might.
Yeah. Also,
Absolutely,
doesn't-
people would start smoking 10 times more if Gritty was like just like, putting out butts
they
on the
have-
field.
You know that keyboard he's writing all those things. He has to can air once a week to get all that ash out of the board.
He's also got to be careful. He's very flammable, his whole body. But yeah, he looks like he could smoke, and it would work.
We don't have to get to all these, but
Yeah,
are there,
we're not
are,
gonna
there,
have
are there any other final ones we
Kool-Aid
want to?
Man, for sure.
We got to talk Kool-Aid Man.
Yeah.
Because he's another one where it is his dream, presumably, to be drunk. He is full of beverage.
But he will survive.
And he's also
That's the
carrying
thing.
more Kool-Aid in a jar. So he has his little baby that you can drink its blood. This is also possibly like a relation to the coffee guy.
Oh yeah, they
Yeah.
feel like cousins. This is who he hangs out with at the cookout.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know if he fucks. For sure.
Kool-Aid Man, yeah.
Kool-Aid fucks. I don't know if he
In the
sells.
same-
I gotta say, I-
Kool-Aid Man sells.
You think he does?
I think Kool-Aid Man sells.
I think he
If you're a
sells-
kid, Kool-Aid Man. I mean, he
If
had
you
a
think
comic
he
book at
sells,
some point.
I'm going to say he goes in the gritty corner because I also think he'd kill you.
You think Kool-Aid Man would kill you?
I think he has an intimidating presence.
He does. He also a recklessness with walls.
Yeah,
and load-bearing structures.
And just to go back to his sexual activity,
Yeah, please.
I want to say I think
he
he's,
makes you get in the top.
Well, I think he's sexually active, but I think he gets fucked. I don't think he fucks.
Oh, interesting.
You think Kool-Aid Man's a power bottom?
I think this is a problem
Yeah, I
with.
do.
I think this is a problem.
He's
with
very bottom heavy.
He is very power bottom.
He's a
heavy.
glass bottom.
I do think this is a problem with our language that we say if you go inside something, you are fucking it, and if you are the big thing, you're getting fucked. Because I think it almost feels like you're engulfing something, you are doing the fucking.
Right, it's very phallocentric.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. And I think if you are going over
what?
and around something, you are fucking it.
That one's on me. I'm going to take that. That one.
No,
that
that's
one,
not the language.
No.
You are using the language as it's contemporarily used, and I'm saying if Kool-Aid Man grabs you and dips you in his head, he's fucking you. That's all I'm saying.
I think you're right. I think that's regressive sexual politics on my part.
So you have a design podcast where you mostly talk about animals fucking,
yeah.
and it works.
Most episodes have been about animals fucking.
Yeah.
I cannot believe this works, but everyone's gonna have a niche.
I think calling this a design podcast is also very generous.
Yeah.
I oddly want to talk about Bart Simpson.
Please bring Bart Simpson here. Does not fuck. He's a
Also,
child.
best
This is
four
a-
fingers. I would hope Bart doesn't fuck. He's a child.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
That's what I said. He might be our first person who we're saying doesn't
Bart
get first.
Simpson is like 38 years old.
I mean, adult Bart.
Adult Bart fuck.
Adult Bart fucks, but we're not doing the jump into the future Bart. We're
Yeah.
doing the current day Bart. But I would say Bart makes out.
Yeah, Bart makes out.
Yeah.
He's
yeah.
cool.
I like this is a very weird case because Bart is clearly more famous than the Butterfinger candy bar, and I think
Yeah.
and like Bart's doing Butterfinger a favor here,
Yes,
and
yes.
even then, like this obviously was a campaign that ran like in the mid to late '90s. This looks like late '90s Simpsons
Yeah.
to me.
I will tell you this. I definitely got into Butterfingers because of Bart
Did
Simpson.
you really?
Yeah.
I-
So Bart sells.
But this is different. So this is not a spokes character. This is just a celebrity spokesperson who is a character. So this is not designed by Butterfinger. He existed and he lent his celebrity to the sale. All these other characters were designed
I
specifically
think
to
it's
sell this
I
one
think
thing.
it's a gray area. I think it's a gray area.
Yeah. No, I agree.
I
like that you put him on Kill Me right away. I think he might.
Oh, I think Bart's capable of
no,
that.
think he is.
I think we die for Bart.
That's also possible.
I think he's kind of in the center here.
he might be with he's our gritty Kool-Aid Man triumvirate.
I think he sells. He clearly did sell because I'm still a Butterfinger fan, despite I probably have
How it
cholesterol
feels on
problems.
your
Also,
teeth.
just the idea of like the ends of the wrapper looks like his head. Pretty good.
That's a good reason to have hired him. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it might have helped him get the job. I think you're right. It's good candy.
Yeah, I mean the Butterfinger does taste like eating like sweet drywall.
Yeah. And it sticks to your teeth in
Yeah,
a
it's
really
great.
satisfyingly unpleasant way.
Yeah, I've always been a fan of horrifying candies like that.
I like it. Some of these are sort of just humanoid. Obviously, Captain Crunch fucks.
Yes.
Well, talk to me about the slime guy because he's one of those.
The Mucinex Man?
The Mucinex Man, because he is sort of the anti-spokesman. He's the villain of the commercial. He's the
heel.
Hamburglar.
He's
He's,
the
he's
heel.
the heel of the Mucinex
That's
role.
exactly it. He's the heel. He's still the spokes character. There's
Yes.
no when it comes to Mucinex. There's not like a anthropomorphic Mucinex bottle.
But doesn't the Mucinex kill this guy.
Yeah, it knocks him out of his house, which is so Mucinex is actually the gentrification of noses.
I mean,
please walk me through that in as much
It's
detail
self-evident. I don't know why you need
detail
more.
as possible.
Well, this is a clearly
Educate yourself.
This is a clearly 1930s Italian man
Yeah, right.
that people do not want in their neighborhood because they don't
Yeah.
want those green
He's
Italians.
anti-Italian. I think that's right.
it's an immigrant story.
It's
Yeah.
an immigrant story. He does.
And then they come in with the hose that is the Mucinex.
Yeah.
So he's not gentrifying. He is being gentrified.
Yeah,
out
yeah.
of the nose.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Right. So they want to raise rent on your nose. So they got to get him out first because he's got rent control because this is New York in the 30s. So
Just when I was out of the nose, they pulled me back in.
is he carrying a lampshade?
Yeah,
I think
because they're kicking him out of
This
his
is all of his
apartment.
promotion, his personal possessions.
Yeah.
Wow.
Also, very dark in a nose, and also hard to find a plug.
Yeah, that would be the issue there. Maybe that's a battery powered. I like his hat.
I think we can quickly sort these guys, right? I mean, I think this guy is capable of murder.
He kills, yeah, and I would not do anything for him. But again, he's the heel, so I
He
don't know.
doesn't.
And I don't know that
he
he
doesn't
sells.
sell.
I don't think he sells.
I don't think he sells. I think you put him in the middle.
Yeah, just because we've realized he's an immigrant and we do have to like protect him.
So he
from,
needs to be on the edge of the circle.
I think he's-
But he doesn't want to die for him.
I don't feel like he's trying to kill you. I just feel like he's a mooch.
yeah. So he
Interesting.
wouldn't kill you, but he.
So he might be the first one who doesn't actually fit in this three at all. We need
I
a
think
fourth
he goes
group.
in the middle. He's in the center of the Venn diagram. He is the Stockholm syndrome.
Oh,
But I
yeah.
would not die for him. If it's him or me, it's fucking him.
Well, we
yeah.
just talked about how like he's being gentrified, and I do feel like we have to defend him.
That's true. Also, as a defender of
Immigrant communities.
in immigrant communities, but also of things like camels that get a hard time, I think mucus is very useful and
Yeah, it's
necessary.
there to protect you.
Making that into a villain is it's like it's overprotection. Your
This is like
sinuses. Yeah,
It's like blaming garbage collectors for having
trash.
for trash.
yeah,
Like they're
exactly.
just
That's
trying
right.
to do their
All
job.
right, now I'm on his side. You're right.
He's kind of
He wouldn't kill me. He's pure
he's
good.
the Oscar the Grouch of the nose.
Yes, exactly, and
Yeah.
which is the best Sesame Street character, right? Oscar the Grouch in the trash can. Oh, I love that guy.
I'm a fan. Okay, can
I like-
we talk about the 7-Up?
Yeah, that's a good one. So this is like
Dog, this guy's fucking cool as hell.
He's cool.
I'm sorry. He's
Yeah,
so.
yeah,
He's,
I can tell he's got sunglasses.
He's still cool to me.
Yeah.
There was both a cartoon and a video game. I own the video game.
Do you?
And I
First
don't.
the
Are you the
Sega Genesis
dot?
and
Yeah,
Super
you're
Nintendo.
the dot. You're
Hell
the
yeah.
7-Up guy.
Hell yeah.
He got a lot of play out there.
Yeah.
I think they could bring him back, and we would all be like, yeah, fucking.
Did he sell 7-Up? It's still not a good soda.
I think he sold 7-Up. I mean, people bought a video game.
Yeah, well, right. So he sold out, but he didn't sell.
Did he?
I don't think.
Also,
hard to tell.
he's in I Would Die For. He's not going to murder you.
Yeah, I agree with that. He's not going to hurt
Somewhere
me.
over here.
He's too
Somewhere
cool.
over
Yeah,
there.
somewhere in that area. I agree with that.
Yeah.
Him hanging out with Happy Foot, Sad Foot. I feel like
Makes me-
I think they're gonna have a lot to talk
Yeah,
about.
it feels
Also,
like
I
his
think-
cooler cousin.
I also think him and Joe Camel would have a lot to say to each other.
Yeah. Oh, they went
He
to
could
this.
sing
Yeah.
for Joe Camel.
They were in the same band.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were in a Strokes cover band
grew up in
before
this-
the Strokes were even around.
They
Did
grew
he
up in the same
play
neighborhood.
saxophone at one point, or am I crazy?
No, he
The
did play
7-Up?
saxophone. Yeah.
I don't know why that.
Well, in Clinton
I have that.
era
Yeah, it was
branding,
funny.
everyone,
Yeah.
the
Everyone played.
Animaniacs plays saxophone.
Of course.
Jazz made you cool.
I think Captain Crunch is
Okay, we have
So-
two. We have two people part of the
captains.
Navy and the army. here, the military.
Yeah.
Can I say something?
Stolen Valor. You don't think he's a real captain?
I don't think he's a real guy.
I think so. He just bought those epaulets.
Yeah,
He
I
knows.
think he's a grandpa who didn't have much of a personality and went to
Yeah.
a Halloween shop and
got
he's
a
like,
hat
"This is
and
how
epaulets.
I,
He's like, I'm a captain now.
Army Navy surplus store.
Yeah.
Like
I
I'm a
guess-
cereal.
I guess
Something tells me Captain
technically-
Crunch might not even own a boat."
Oh, he's a land dude. If you call Captain Crunch a landlubber, you have to throw down. He'll
Yeah.
kill you. I also think technically it's not stolen valor because he's not a captain. He's a captain.
Oh,
He's getting around the legal.
just a man with a cap.
Yeah,
Also,
exactly.
the hat has eye holes.
His eyebrows are
eyes-
so high.
his eyes
I
are
love that
in the
about
hat.
cartoons when the eyebrows float above the hat
Oh,
level.
yeah.
Yeah, he's great. Look at that.
And sorry, wait a minute.
I think he sells, and we love him.
Yeah,
I agree with that. I'm just
agree.
occurring to me. Is this the collar to his? What's this blue
The
shape?
collar-
I think his collar's popped. He's
Yeah.
so cool.
Yeah,
But yeah, why does it go that far up to his hat? It's all the way to hat level.
Also,
It's solid.
see any other hair.
just based off of the shape of the hat, he has a thin ass head.
Well, bulbous. It's very skinny and then it pops.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean the question
His head is in that whole hat.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say how much of the hat gets
No, 100% full.
filled.
Everybody is occupied. His eyes are high. The general,
I think
low
I
eyes.
think he sells, and
Yeah,
I would
people love
defend him
Captain Crunch.
despite
We love Cap-
stolen valor.
Captain Crunch has never done anything wrong to anybody.
I will actually say,
Except cut up the roof of their fucking mouth.
cuts up the roof of your mouth. Also, hugely sugar cereals in the morning for kids is not great.
No,
I think he
it's
might
horrible.
kill. I think he might be in the
in the long
yeah,
term?
you know what? I'm going to
Yeah.
give you this. Diabetes is a motherfucker.
It's very serious. But this is Grady's friend. Also, I like him hanging out with Grady and Kool-Aid Man. No, but I'd die for him, not he. So he kills me and I would die for him. He's in
So
the
he's
triple.
in the triple.
he's in the
'Cause I love
in
him.
the center. Okay.
Yeah, and he sells. I think he's
Well,
one of the
you know what they
triple
say?
threat.
Me and the captain make it happen.
It would-
Okay.
yeah.
Finally.
Okay.
Wait, can I say something? I
Okay,
was in a Dollar General commercial.
Were you?
Yeah.
Well, this is General the Insurance.
Yeah, sorry, that guy.
Dollar
Oh, okay,
General.
okay.
It was in
It's not
a-
Dollar General.
I was in a General Auto commercial.
It
or
just
whatever
said
the fuck.
General commercial. He didn't know.
I was
what
in
it
a General commercial. I was just in a General
I
commercial.
sold the idea of general stuff.
I mean, it's
And
like, I took a general.
Yeah, I took
I
a
the
General.
store.
Where I played like a mob guy who was getting put in a trunk.
Whoa,
Yeah.
cool.
And it was like
And
not
fucked up.
it wasn't one of their weird animation ones. It was like an actual commercial, and it was an interstitial commercial for Spike TV while they played The Godfather.
Oh, so it was like a tie-in.
Yeah, it was a
Oh.
tie-in. It was
What's
a
that scratch? What'd that scratch like? What'd you get?
I don't even remember. I think I got like probably like $500.
It sounds like it's not SAG.
Oh, it was 100% not. My friend Lucas was just like, "Come to set today. I'm going to put you in this commercial."
Great. Lock you in a trunk.
I also got to be a Burger King spokesperson for a little while because of that.
Also, I would say against the Italian immigrant community.
Yeah.
That commercial.
I missed the setup. I was thinking about the Burger King thing.
Just you being thrown in a trunk for a
Yeah,
Godfather
oh, yeah,
tie-in.
yeah.
I feel like that was insulting to the Italian immigrant community.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so I don't know this dollar. I don't know either of these guys
He's
very
the
well.
General Auto guy?
Yeah, I vaguely know he's a car.
Very small auto insurance. I think he kind of became a bit of a meme.
Shaq bought him. So that's why Shaq's in commercials with him now. I think
Shaq
Shaq's
bought this guy?
Shaq bought General Auto.
Oh, okay. I gotta say, he's got Pixar hips.
Oh.
He's got.
He's pretty.
He's got.
He used to be a much more poorly CGI character, and then
he got better?
Clearly, Shaq put some money into it.
Shaq reinvested in the CGI.
Yeah, that was
his
the first
mustache
thing.
is too long. I don't like this guy. I get bad vibes, and he's a general. He'll kill you. So I think
yeah.
very clearly down there. I don't know if he sells, but and this other guy
I
is
don't
just
think he sells.
a CG human. This last one.
This
Is this a New York thing? I can't
no,
remember.
they have it here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
1-800-588-2300
.com.
It's a carpeting commercial.
I don't know that this guy sells, but jingles sell. Is what I took away from that.
I mean, if we're talking jingles, boot up that Cars for Kids, baby.
That's an annoying one.
This was the last minute deep cut for me, just because I don't feel like Empire Carpeting has changed their commercial at all, and it's
so you think so? It's possible that guy was the original Empire guy, and he's dead now.
yeah.
This is the only part of Mr. Empire who's still alive.
Mr. Empire can't be in the commercials anymore.
That's why he's animated.
That's why he's animated.
Oh yeah, it's a tragedy, really.
Yeah, the family wants to keep Captain Empire going.
If there was a smarter branding person behind it, you get a sort of like the coffee shop Pet Boys approach, where it's like a vintagey nostalgia play. Instead, they were like, we hired someone to make this in 1998.
Yeah, we hired Uncanny Valley Animation company to do this for us.
Yeah, and it was probably designed. I actually animated like 2005.
It's funny because then there's also Bob's Furniture, which this feels very similar to Bob's. I thought this was Bob's, even though it's Empire. So on that sense alone, I will say does not sell.
I don't think so. You're right.
I don't. I think that's the most important thing is I do not think this sells.
Yeah, I agree.
And also, creepy grandpa feels murdery.
I don't have great feelings about this guy.
Yeah. I think he would kill me. I like, though, that we didn't say we would die for him or we would kill him. The two options are whether they kill or we would die. There's no world where we're like, you're innocent, but we hate you.
I guess you're right.
Yeah.
If we don't like you, you're a murderer, is the setup of this.
Is this a perfect
It's
system? No, but
it's
I think we discovered
the
a
internet
lot.
calling people pedophiles. It's just like, if we don't like you, you're a murderer.
Look, we know which one of these guys was on the Epstein flight log.
Actually, I don't know.
We're looking at you, Joe Camel.
Joe Camel for sure. The General, Mr. Met.
I think hot dog.
and Hot
Mr.
Dog.
Med? No! No, know, Mr.
Sorry,
Med
dude.
on the
Sorry, dude.
obscene flight
I
line.
have to agree with that. No one's happy about it. I mean, that doesn't mean he was doing something terrible, but a lot of people were.
And also,
I will say this:
3 of the raisins.
I was going to say California Raisins were hired to perform on the island.
They performed on the island once. They claimed they saw nothing. They booked their own flights.
Hey man, we just got to check. We just got to check. We're fine.
Yeah, at that point they weren't. You know, at that
Kool-Aid
point,
Man on the list.
Yeah, he
Kool-Aid
might have
list.
been.
Yeah.
He might have
Bart.
been.
I
Bart would
hope
never.
not.
Bart
Yeah,
would never.
Yeah, he hates the establishment.
Yeah,
What's
exactly.
interesting is that of all of these, I mean, we picked the kind of the unhinged ones, but none of them feel like they're just purely there to sell.
Well, we did. Yeah, there's no one that we thought. Right, the point was unhinged, so there was nobody that's just like. So who would be a character that you think does good business, but you don't love them or find them creepy?
You might have some insight into this because you were in Tokyo. And I feel like like
everything
Japanese mascots to like the Olympics or all the stuff.
Every
they're
city
all-
has a mascot. Everything has a mascot.
Yeah,
It's
the
great.
newest Olympics logo was the worst. Can we pull that up for unhinged logo?
Quiddy. The French mascot.
Yeah, it's of a hat.
Yes, the French hat.
French Olympics mascot.
Dude, typing in front of people is so embarrassing.
Well, I also have a very tiny keyboard.
Yeah.
Which just looks like a douche.
I think it looks like a tongue.
Or like a turd emoji.
Also, I just wouldn't. They got legs. I just like human legs coming out of this hat. So what I wonder is there a whole person under that hat, or is that are the legs belonging to the hat?
Yeah,
you see what I mean? It looks like there's room for a whole small guy, but his eyes are poking out.
I don't know what the red is. The red thing is a hat, or
It's a famous French hat. Yes.
Yeah.
famous French hat.
It's a revolutionary hat.
Yeah. Not the one I think of. I think it should be a beret, but
Yeah, exactly. I don't know why. Also, there's this funny thing where there's one who has a Paralympics leg on it that you can see.
we saw it, yeah.
I can say this the whole time I was there.
blade.
That's an after thing. During the Olympics, didn't see
really?
that guy once.
Well, you didn't go to because you went to the Olympics, not the Paralympics.
That's true, but you would think they would have had it on some of the branding while I was there.
Well, but Olympics mascots are always bad. Sorry.
No.
I didn't mean to cut you off. But Olympics mascot, this is a tough thing. If you look at Olympics mascots through time, they're almost always bad.
There was a Korean one that I think was pretty good.
Just show me like a list of Olympics mascots. Because yeah. Oh, I did like the otters. The otters were good.
Yes,
Come on, Beijing, look at that.
Yeah, a panda in a spacesuit, excellent.
Well, it's a Winter Olympics, so it's in a winter
a warm
outfit.
thing.
Ooh,
Tokyo, I get.
London 2012.
Tokyo, come on.
Yeah, Tokyo's all right.
Rio, cool little monkey.
Sochi, okay.
Little
The
Pokemon.
French just shit the bed. London, that is
London was bad.
horrible.
London's really bad. I also the
also
Turin one doesn't do
Sochi,
anything for me.
terrible.
I know that's yeah.
I'm sorry. What Athens?
Yeah, Athens didn't do anything for me. I think the problem is also they would be careful criticizing some of these things. I believe Turin and Athens are both like related to traditional drawings in that country.
Well, I can tell you this, they're
culturally
traditionally terrible.
Yeah, culturally insensitive to hate them, but also
No, it
Salt Lake
isn't.
City, not that good. Those are weird.
Yeah, that's
I
fair.
remember this guy.
Can we talk about
Atlanta, terrible.
Nagano? Because I'm
Wow.
into that. That's cool to me.
That's come around where it's so bad that I like it.
100%.
Barcelona, nipple in the middle of the chest.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Calgary, oh dude, the Canadian Cowboy Bears.
Oh, those are cool.
I don't hate it.
I hate those, but I like the stuffed ones.
Yeah, right.
Nope. This is terrible. This is absolutely terrible.
Well, I will say none of these sell, and some of them will kill you, and some of them I'd die for.
Yeah.
But none of them sell. I don't think any of this helps.
I like Lake Placid raccoon.
That's all right. Green blue raccoon.
What the hell is
Innsbruck, I hate. So
Munich 72? That's a cool dog.
that's a dope bit of design. Yeah, I agree. That looks like the 7-Up on a ski. On a single leg ski.
1962.
The Schuss.
That's cool.
I don't like. Had only one night to prepare a plan for submission. Great. You can tell.
Yeah.
It's funny
Olympics
because if
master
it was just does business, it's also ultimately forgettable. It's just like it's not. It's,
Well, but it has to get you enough to care. So it has to
Get
do.
you enough to care.
What is it that really does business? What's the place you'd actually buy because of the mascot?
I don't
Without
think-
loving them. I don't
Mets
know.
ticket, baby.
But you love him.
Oh, without loving.
Yeah, without dying for him.
I think we've covered a tremendous amount of ground here.
I think you're right. Write in and to the show.
Yeah, put in a comment a mascot who you...
What you wouldn't die for, but sells the thing.
Most importantly, is there a spokes character that you feel is not sexually active? Because because we've sort of determined every single one of them has a
all have
vibrant sex life.
I think that's part of it.
Asexual mascots.
That would be the one that just does business. If there was a mascot that did not fuck,
we can't put him over there because they don't fuck.
Who's the Angels baseball team one? I feel like that would be asexual.
I don't remember. It might be an Angel. I know San Diego is a Padre, and he looks fuckable.
Wow.
Mascot.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a monkey. Monkeys always fuck.
More than you'd like. Look at this friar. I like him. He's fun.
I don't think he's
Look,
allowed.
nope.
Is he allowed to
yeah.
fuck? He does though.
Non-sexual.
Right. No. Oh, I mean, like.
Yeah, I guess
Historically in the church, that doesn't really work that way.
Good point.
But look at him. Look at him.
Yeah, yeah.
He came to the church later in life.
Yeah.
Yes, that could be what it is after living a full life.
They all fuck. That's the thing.
That's what we've learned.
Before we wrap out here, do you have any recommendations of cool stuff people should check out?
And then also plug your social media and where you're going on the road. Also, by the way, Alex is one of the funniest stand-up comics I know.
Oh, thank you.
We've known each other for
a long time.
A very long time, and we made friends over being hipsters in coffee shops in
we
Portland decades ago.
And your incredible work ethic.
Oh, we both have we're both workers.
I think so.
Yeah.
But you want me to promote anything?
Oh, we
before
do.
my own thing.
We
You want a
do. No,
recommendation?
first-
you should have told me this ahead.
First, we just at the end just throw out one thing that we like to promote for the week. It could be an album. It could be something you saw in the past couple of days.
Do you guys have one?
I didn't think of one yet, so
I guess something in the chamber.
Oh, there you go.
Please.
And then I'll think of something off
This
of this.
is dinosaur related. My son loves this PBS show, Museum Alive. So when I and it's at 3:30 in the morning, and he wants to watch it like he did this morning, I just say into the remote dinosaurs into PBS and the PBS app, and I'm just scrolling through all the dinosaur shit he's already seen. And apparently, there is a music series, like concert series on PBS called Subcarrier, and we watched 3 Dinosaur Jr. songs.
Hell yeah!
And so I guess I'm recommending Dinosaur Jr., which he liked for a few songs, and also Subcarrier. There's like Japanese Breakfast was on it, Waxahachie was on it.
Oh, we love
like half-hour sets. It's really cool. So
I
highly
like that his
recommend
love
it.
of dinosaurs is so thorough. Just having dinosaur in the name of a band is enough.
I was shocked that it worked for how long it did.
It also seemed like it had some neon lights going on it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I sent you the text. The text of the photo.
Text of the photo. I will say this: I was on an airplane yesterday, and I caught
For it?
and I'm pro flying. I'm not a Delta guy. I flew Delta. One of the stewardesses, very rude. Another one, the nicest in the world, like went above and beyond. So Delta 50-50 on me.
That's your recommendation.
No, my dad. This is the movies on Delta. Very good choices. I
interesting.
watched a movie I've been putting off watching for a long time. Saturday Night, the Saturday Night Live biopic.
How was it?
And it was great. It was really good. I really enjoyed it. It is. It's a hang movie, so you just kind of jump from character to character to character. It's supposed to take place over the course of 90 minutes before the show starts, and you go through all the things that went wrong the opening night of the show, and how it almost didn't happen. And it's really good, and there's some really standout performances in it from some really great young actors. So I would highly recommend it. And it's a good vibe movie.
I wish I had a great thing for this. A thing that I have been watching that I watched this week that I really like is, this is very specific and not funny, but there's a space YouTuber called Everyday Astronaut who does videos about space stuff, and he did a 3-hour long YouTube video about moon landing conspiracies, and it's not worth debunking because obviously it's stupid, but the way. But what he did was he was like, actually, each one of these conspiracies is an excuse to learn something about a moon landing thing that we didn't realize. So they're like, look at this one on Apollo 17. There, when the lander takes back off, there's no exhaust flumes, and then we're going to talk about how space exhaust works in lack of oxygen, and how we and a lot of it's about the videography and the photography that we did on the moon. So the TV camera tracking shot that we were able to build in the 70s to track the thing the lander taking back off, and we took 3 tries. So they couldn't get it to adjust the speed, so they had to just pull it back farther each time we landed on the moon, so that when it took off, it would do a better job of tracking until they actually landed the shot. It's just so conspiracy theories is whatever, but just using as an excuse to learn a bunch of the stuff about, especially the later moon missions, which I didn't know about. So big space fan, and this video, I've learned like 30 things already in like half of the video that I love.
Oh, that's amazing.
Super cool.
Also, for most of our listeners, we're like second screen, kind of hanging with the pod as they're like doing design work in the background.
Yeah, you can learn a lot from it. Yeah.
So this is a perfect thing to put after ours.
Yeah, and so they brought so much photography equipment and like had to do really clever science to make like to send video back. They were doing a form of color television, but they could only use like a quarter of the bandwidth of color television at the time. So they had one of those old rotating discs with a color filter. So every other photo would be a different. It was like the 4 color photos, but doing a spinning disc process on the moon.
Oh wow! It's almost like printing of posters, like CMYK printing.
Exactly. It's like that. And there were early versions of color photography where you take 3 photos with a different plate in front of it. They did that spinning, so it was doing like whatever 30 frames a second, but then really it was only 10 frames a second of actual video because you were combining every second and third frame to make the 3 color print.
That's
so they
fascinating.
could send it back over the very small amount of bandwidth they had on telescopes at the time, so we could get live color TV from the moon. But if you move too fast, you see these weird little artifacts, so it looks kind of fake, and the conspiracy theories are like, oh, this is fake because of that. But it's actually like, I don't care about the conspiracy theory, but I'm fascinated. I didn't know that thing about how they made color television
That's
live from the moon in
amazing.
the 70s. And so that kind of stuff is super interesting.
That's
really big fan.
incredibly interesting.
Yeah. Great. And then socials, Alex Falcone, if you search on any platform, I like to do a thing where each platform has a slightly different punctuation of my name. So I have several where they're just the name. Sometimes there's a hyphen, sometimes an underscore, but everywhere you'll find me.
Nice. You going on the road anytime soon?
Yeah, I'm doing a East Coast run at the end of March, DC, Philly, New York, Boston, and I think there are still tickets in Boston and DC available.
Nice.
So yeah,
Oh yeah, selling out those other dates.
sold out. Yeah, we sold out Philly, and we sold out one. Actually, I think we have a second show in Brooklyn that should be live by now.
You
so.
inviting somebody special, maybe?
Joe Camel?
No.
Oh, Mr. Matt.
No, to the Philly show.
Oh, Gritty. I should see if Gritty would come. Thank
Yeah.
you. You pointed at the whole board.
That's true.
Sorry I didn't get this bit faster. I can invite Mr. Matt when I'm in New York.
That's true. You can.
But yeah, Gritty might do standing room only at the show.
And then
I'll buy him a pack of smokes.
if anybody's interested in me, he comes one rolled up already.
Of course.
Gritty's actually like Dave Chappelle. He smokes in the comedy club when he's not supposed to. And he's like, this is theater.
As that joke formed in my head, you were
like,
saying,
100%,
"Oh,
yeah,
great,
yeah.
cool, we got it."
Get your bat off the shoulders faster.
I'm going to be in Florida in May. I'm doing Coastal Comedy in St. Pete, Florida, if anybody's going to be around. I think it's the 2nd and 3rd that weekend, that Friday and Saturday. And those are right now my only dates on the road. But
And
I'm
are
going
you
to
with
put
the
Chicago in
kids?
soon.
I will be at the zoo with my 2-year-old.
Lovely.
Camel's there, slap dog.
Dude,
And also,
turn
I'm
up.
just like looking at the screens back at us. Is it me, or do you feel like the three of us are like different mid-journey responses to the same prompt?
I think that actually the way we've separated too, I also think that there is a bit of like if you combined us, maybe we end
We
up
are
here.
the three.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
RGB.
yeah, we might do it. Also, would kill you, would die for, does business. So
Wait,
we're all
why
three
would you kill me?
Yeah, you would kill.
Oh,
you
I would
kill
kill.
somebody. That's the.
Really?
I had to pick somebody. There's only
No.
3. There's no way this bit works. I can't say I'm going to kill somebody.
No, of all
and
of
I
us,
just
you
met
are
him.
much more...
No,
Yeah,
I
you're
do
more
business.
angry.
I do business. I got no anger. I feel
The
great.
most important thing is we are all sexually active.
Yeah.
He's made 2 kids.
Thanks so much, everybody. Follow Alex.
I'm the JF Harris on most socials.
The?
And, yeah, some motherfucker.
I know,
Somebody.
sorry, every podcast you have to end by arguing about who took your handle
If
first.
somebody out here who listens to the pod works at Instagram, there is a person who's posted one photo in 2009
Kill him.
or 12 or
You see what I'm
something
saying?
like
He'll
that.
kill you. That's what I'm saying.
He's some old fucking Canada.
Ugh, I hate him. There was a bass player in Italy named Alex Falcone who got a bunch of stuff before me, but I'm winning now.
Yeah, you're winning a lot.
He got the early ones. I'm like now I'm faster at everything. But
Yeah.
Also, he's like a Italian metal cover band.
Ooh.
Anyway,
Recommend.
There's a musician in New York named Jesse Goldman, and he is constantly playing shows at these venues, and venues are constantly tagging me, and to the point where they've actually like took my LinkedIn profile and chopped it into a promotional poster, and I'd be like, "This is not me. I'm not playing this show." And I'm like, "Oh, sorry, dude."
What music venue is using LinkedIn in the posters?
I don't know. There's a real choice on that designers.
Wild.
All right, that's it for the mood board.
See you guys
Thanks
next
all so
week.
much.
Stay moody. Right? You guys say that?
Yeah. Stay.